Okay, if you can hear me, I'm just putting in some of our tags. Okay, so if you saw my other video, you saw that little Amari Nicholson was found today, and yesterday on Tuesday, the boyfriend of the mother confessed. There's messages that I went through in there that were sent around, text messages between the mother and another person, where she said that she knew the boyfriend killed the little boy, the 2-year-old, because there was a video found in his phone and it showed it. Okay, he filmed it. There's also speculation why that might have been filmed and who this guy might have been, but if you've seen the interview with them, she looks like she has duper's delight in it to me. Her own mother is outraged. She went out on April 30th supposedly to help her mother heal from a surgery. And they FaceTimed with little Amari that night. The grandmother said he looked good. But then, that was the last time she saw him. And then she said the daughter just got up and said, I've got to go back. Someone kidnapped Amari. And apparently, in some things, you'll hear that they were in a fight. And she said somebody will be there to pick up something, but never specified who it was. And he said that the person that came to the door was the baby daddy's sister. And they even gave her name out, and they said they accused her of kidnapping the child. Well, she never was there. She never did that. And then he was always the prime suspect. And so on Tuesday, you know, they got him to confess to it, and then he told them that apparently the kid wet his pants at 2 years old, and so he beat him to death. We don't have the official cause of death. They know that he hit him a bunch of times and there was blood on the wall. And I think I said Embassy Suites in my video. It's the Emerald Suites. Their apartments, Emerald. And also there was another thing that the girl, oh gosh, I hope you can hear me. If I hear, no, because everybody would be calling me. The girl told them in the search, she said, oh, don't look over there. No, go down the other way. The place that she steered them away from was the place where he was found. And now I'm getting really nervous because I don't see the live chat. So I wonder if the live chat is disabled again for this video. What the freak is going on? Hold on a minute, guys. I don't know what is going on. I tried to do a premiere before with my Amari video, and the live chat was disabled. Hold on a minute. And then the comments, every 2 minutes, they kept getting disabled. No, the live chat is enabled here. Why am I not seeing the live chat? What is going on? Maybe it's going to play on the YouTube. It's not playing on StreamYards. Oh, good. It's playing on YouTube. Okay. Hi, Isabel, Elise, Sean Sneed, Dina, Cindy L, Linda Uribe, Ann's ASMR. How are you? Lori Lynn. Miss Mary, Kubi. Yeah, Mollie Tibbetts. That's supposed to start Monday, and they're not allowing anyone in the courtroom, but they will allow it to be broadcast. So there's allowed to be cameras. They just don't want anyone in the courtroom. Slam RN, have you been following the cap? It's simply incredible how many people were set up. Really, Carol Lucy told me about that, Slam RN. I have to tell you, I went to it and I thought, ooh, it just, I don't know. It wasn't calling to me. Is it interesting? Because it didn't, I mean, I just read it. I'm like, I don't know. Davida, Carolyn, Jason sent a message to you in the Ramblers, sent a couple of messages. How? Where? When? Why? You just got home from dinner? Did you use the massaging seats? Hi, Susie B. Debbie L. Nora Woods, Pipple Sleuth. Tina Osborne, Angie. So, I can see and hear you. Good. So, what do you think about this Amari case? What do you think about the mother in this case? Hi, Soul Sister. What do you think about the mother in the Amari case? Amari Nicholson. In the interview she did with them, Mollie's case finally, yeah. So if you don't know about Mollie Tibbetts went for a jog in July 18th of 2018 in Brooklyn, Iowa. And she didn't come back. And missing posters went up everywhere for her. Her father came in from California. They were setting up search crews and everything. They didn't find anything. And then about a month later, it led them to this man. And he happened to be a Mexican nationality, and he was in the country illegally. And what happened was everything shifted. And because of him being an illegal immigrant, everyone that had come together to search for Mollie, and that it had been an outpouring of everything, it quickly turned. They found her body, okay? He apparently was somebody that she was jogging by. He started to jog by. He started to run after her. She caught his attention for some reason. He was running beside her and behind her, and she was saying, okay, get away now. You're creeping me out, whatever it is. And she started to run faster, and he chased her and apparently killed her and left her in a cornfield. And he led them there to the cornfield and her body, okay? And he's 24 years old. But what happened was, and even Mollie's family said, please stop doing this. The fact that he was here illegally took on a political significance. And they said it just turned from being about Mollie and about all these people that had come together to look for Mollie and Mollie's justice, her life and everything, to being just used as like a political thing. So the family said, stop it, please stop this. And that's, what happened there. Now, so this is a 24-year-old guy, apparently worked on this farm for 5 to 7 years. And, that's supposed to start on Monday. And again, no reporters in the courtroom, but you can have cameras. It can be streamed. And I don't know who's going to do it, whether it's going to be Court TV or where it's going to go yet. Hi, Kevin Leonard. How are you? Yes, Soul Sister. So that's that. And then we had this Nicholson case, and interesting things coming out there about the mother and what's going on. Carol, for which case, Carol? You say seems like someone else was involved. The Nicholson case or the Tibbetts case? Tibbetts case or the his vehicle was seen on someone's security camera, which led them to him. Dina says sent too soon. So what do you guys have anything to say about, did you watch the interview with those two? Let me see something. Hold on a second. Did you watch the video about Amari? We went through it a little bit, but it's a really, really sad case. So the father's, let's see. During the hearing, Tyrell Rhodes was ordered in jail without bail. He's not getting any bail. What he did too, he started to fight with the police officers and at one point grabbed a gun. They were able to de-escalate it. It was crazy, but he's in jail without bail now. He didn't speak during his court hearing. His public defender did not address the evidence or request bail. And he was ordered to remain in jail without bail. The state is entitled to detention at this early stage in proceedings based on the nature of the charge. The police department said that the cause and manner of Amari's death will be determined by the coroner. That hasn't been released yet. He's going to face additional charges because I think they're probably going to charge him for what he did and grabbed the gun and all that, which could be attempted murder right there too. Now last week, when the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department sought help in locating Amari, they said on Twitter that he could be in severe emotional distress and in need of medical assistance. And his family, on his father's side, had also sought the public's help. It feels like we've exhausted what we could do here for now, Yolanda Everett, Amari's aunt on the boy's father's side, told reporters on Tuesday, and that's why we want to reach out to people everywhere. We do want everyone in the country to know because it's been 6 days and he could be anywhere. The mother had sole custody of Amari, Everett said. Now, the mother, to me, based on messages and stuff, I don't know. And hold on, she didn't even go. That after the 30th, she didn't even FaceTime with the boy again. I'm trying to get a picture of them when they did their interview, which was here. And to me, I kept seeing a certain amount of duper's delight in her. And then based on the messages, trying to get, and she deleted her or deactivated her Facebook page. And he goes back to court on the 17th. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what. His body was located yesterday, Wednesday, today, or depending on how you look at it. And that was near the 400 block of East Twain, near Paradise Road. Police found the body near the back wall, near both Emerald Suites and Siegel Suites. Those are the Emerald is the apartment building. Clark County Coroner's Office will release the cause and manner of death. The boyfriend of Amari's mother, Taylor Nicholson, his name is Tyrell Rhodes, and he confessed allegedly to this. So one woman that was involved in the search said, "It's really affecting all of us. My daughter's affected by it. She has a newborn. My other daughter, she's affected by it. My granddaughter's affected, and that's why we've all come together to look for him." Now, Taylor Nicholson was surrounded by officials at the crime scene. Officials questioned her and spoke with her for approximately 30 minutes in the adjacent parking lot. She appeared somber but relatively composed. So another onlooker said he deserved, she was glad that they found his body. At least he deserves to be put to rest like a normal human being and not thrown away like trash. And the other searcher said the case weighs especially heavy on her heart because of her love for her many children and grandchildren. It's heartbreaking, so heartbreaking right now because I look at my kids, my child, I'm so happy he's going to get laid to rest now. They found him and he gets to get laid to rest. No more suffering, no more torture, no anything. So, yeah. Rest in peace, little guy. So I don't know if you guys have anything to say on any of those. Hi, Antimony. Rosalita. Does anybody have anything to say? Portuguesa. I just checked the docket and the trial. Court TV. Good. Okay. Now, I know a lot of you said, well, how come Court TV, you have to watch it through your cable provider, like the real Court TV or your satellite provider, because you'll just see, they just put bits and pieces if you're looking on YouTube or something. You have to look on the actual station. Hi, Uptown Girl. Justice, yeah. And then, sure, let's just catch up to see what we can find about the trial for Mollie Tibbetts. Let's see. Okay. So. It's been nearly 3 years since Mollie Tibbetts went missing. She was a 20-year-old University of Iowa student, went out for a jog July 18th of 2018. In her hometown of Brooklyn, Iowa, she never came back. Her body was discovered about a month after she went missing. It was hidden in a cornfield in rural Poweshiek County. And the trial is going to start, like I said, Monday. Christian Bahina Rivera, charged with murder. He pleaded not guilty. And let's see. After her disappearance, Mollie Tibbetts' father found in his daughter's bedroom poems in her handwriting spanning her adolescence and early adulthood. She writes about her struggle with anxiety, experiencing loss, and her faith. In a lighter poem, she described herself as silly and a good listener. She liked her white teeth and said she was physically and emotionally strong. Her father shared the previously unpublished poems with the Des Moines Register a year after she disappeared, and the handwritten poems give Mollie a voice once more. Mollie was watching dogs at her boyfriend's brother's home in Brooklyn when she went for a routine evening jog Wednesday, July 18, 2018. Jack was out of town. The next day, Dalton Jack Tibbetts' boyfriend, sent her text messages but didn't get any response. And when she didn't show up at work at a daycare, co-worker there contacted her boyfriend. And that day, authorities started searching buildings and open spaces, all the surrounding areas. The family members started a Facebook group, and by the weekend, missing persons posters filled about every storefront in downtown Brooklyn. And a week after she went missing, state and federal authorities announced that they obtained information from the FBI, from the Fitbit she always wore running. On July 31st, state authorities held the first formal press conference about the investigation, but they offered scarce details. A couple of days later, Bring Mollie Tibbetts Home Safe reward fund reached $172,000. Her mother, Laura Calderwood, announced the fund would eventually grow to $400,000. But on August 6th, Rob Tibbetts said that he thought his daughter was caught in some kind of misunderstanding with someone she knows. The national scope of the search was cemented when the vice president commented on the case while at an event in Des Moines. I want Mollie to know you're on the hearts of every American. Let's see. On August 20th, police questioned Christian Bahina Rivera about Mollie's disappearance. And following a long interrogation, Christian Bahina Rivera led authorities to a cornfield, and there was Mollie's body. During another news conference on August 21st, they announced Bahina Rivera's arrest, and Agent Rick Ron said the case was solved with the help of video recordings from area security cameras. The recordings showed Mollie Tibbetts running by and also showed a black Chevrolet Malibu repeatedly passing through the area. Investigators traced that car back to Bahina Rivera. He admitted that he followed her in his car, and then he parked and he got out and started running after her. He told investigators that on August 20th, that as he ran alongside Mollie, she grabbed her phone and threatened to call the police. Bahina said that he then panicked and got mad, and that he then he blacked out, right? That's right. He blacked out, and then when he came to, he does this when he gets very upset. Bahina told investigators that when he came to, he was at an intersection. And he told officers He then drove them into the cornfield and realized that he had put the young woman in his trunk, according to the document, okay? He said he opened the trunk and he noticed that Mollie had blood on the side of her head. He said he drug her out onto the field, that he just put her over his shoulder, and he carried her deeper into the field, where he set her down and covered her with corn stalks. After his admission, Bahena Rivera led investigators to the scene. That is him. He was here illegally. He worked at Yarrabee Farms for 4 years. He gained employment through a former girlfriend, and he worked on day-to-day operations with the cows. He lived on the property in a mobile home. He was 24 when he was arrested. Prior to his arrest, he lived and worked in Iowa for 4 to 7 years, most recently with the Yarrabee Farms. Okay, and while authorities said that Bahena Rivera was an undocumented immigrant, an attorney for him said he was working here legally. Yarrabee Farms, however, has said that Bahena Rivera gave them false information, including a false name. Bahena Rivera had multiple Facebook friends in Iowa, including some from Tama, Marshalltown, and Brooklyn. He did not have a criminal record in Iowa before he was charged. Okay, so it's expected, the trial is expected to start Monday, May 17th, with jury selection. Opening arguments could come as early as Wednesday, May 19th. This criminal case has seen multiple delays since Bahena Rivera was charged. Questions have also been raised about whether Bahena Rivera's rights were violated during the investigation, or whether his conversation with law enforcement should be used in court, since English is not his first language. In November 2020, the Iowa Supreme Court ordered that all jury trials statewide be put on hold because of the pandemic. In December, the trial was rescheduled for this month. The trial is going to be held in Davenport in the Scott County Courthouse. Previously, the trial was scheduled to be held in the Sioux City and Woodbury County. So, yeah, we will be following that. And so that'll start Monday with jury selection, maybe opening arguments on the 19th. And that's weird that it's another Iowa trial, because Michelle Boat's trial finished from there in Iowa. Now we're seeing Iowa, 2 Iowa cases like that back to back. Now let me just get that. Hi, Tamlin. Robbity Bob. Trisha Bassett. Mexico, yes. Alyssa. Nana T. Translation makes it difficult to follow the case. It's like a holiday when we have Rayos. Make it with meatballs too, thank you. You're having Rayos, you had them, now you're making me hungry. Is it the same defense attorney? I don't think so. I don't think it's in the same county. Do you think so? Hi, Jane Grill. Let's hope not. That guy was ridiculous. It was, so, hold on a minute here. There's Mollie Tibbetts. The public will be able to watch the trial of the man charged with killing University of Iowa student Mollie Tibbetts, but not in person. Judge Joel Yates said in an order dated Monday that members of the public and news media will not be allowed inside the courtroom when the trial of Christian Bahena Rivera starts next week. But he acknowledged intense public interest in the case and said that news outlets can operate remote-controlled video cameras to broadcast the proceedings live on the internet or the television. Rivera is expected to stand trial beginning Monday, right? We know that. And he is now 26 years old. Let's see if there's anything else we need to know here. It looks like Court TV and Law and Crime Network as well, have informed court officials of their intent to broadcast a live stream, and local outlets might follow suit. The court is also expected to make the proceedings available for journalists covering the trial remotely on a Zoom feed. One exception is jury selection, which will take place at the River Center in Davenport. Members of the public and media will be allowed to attend, but jury selection cannot be broadcast or covered live under Iowa courtroom media rules. Jury selection is expected to last 2 days, while the trial could go for 10 more. Media will also not be allowed inside 2 remote viewing rooms set up inside the courthouse for family members, and will instead be expected to work from a staging area in the parking lot. Reporters are barred from conducting any interviews inside the courthouse and under Yates' order, and cannot contact him or his staff directly. So that's that. I don't know what Okay, so we'll definitely be following that. Okay, I'm going to put the number in Slack in case anybody wants to discuss either of those cases, or if you're not in Slack and you want to come in and discuss something, you can just send an email to carolyn@truecrimechat.org and come on up. Okay, so I'm going to put that in Slack. General. There we go. All right. Okay, so let's see here. Tammy, Alicia, hi Alicia. I don't know where Scooter is. Scooter, where are you? What was I gonna say? There was something. Hi Moab 2. Hi, Tracy W. That rhymed. Hi, Nana Patty. Ugh, 98. I wish it was cold here. It was cold here. It was cold, but it was cold even in North Carolina. What did you say? You're based and have such different. She's dying. Her hair pink. Who's dying? Oh, Scooter? No. I can never find Slack. But I'd like to share what happened today. Okay. All right. I'll send you the number. Or Scooter sent it to you yesterday, right? All right. Trying to remember. I might go do my diamond painting. I don't know, but if somebody wanted to talk about the trial, I would have done the trial. Either of the cases or something that they wanted to interact here with, but we'll see. It's time to switch my aligners. I switched my aligners. Thank you for the reminder. Oops, we're sorry, friend. What are you sorry for? Some catalog company is telling me they're sorry. What are they sorry about? I don't know. Oh, that reminds me that I do have to go there. Hang on a second. I'm sending it to you, Alyssa, but I have to go. I have to order two things because I ordered brads for a Cricut project for like the middle of flowers, and I thought they were the right size. And they're multicolored, but they're totally the wrong size. I mean, I can use them for something, but not the box that I wanted to make for that box card for my daughter's birthday. So I either have to, see, they're really small brads. See, really tiny ones. So they'll be good for some kind of hit, but not. I think I have to have ones that are like a thumbtack, like a regular normal thumbtack size. So it's not going to be good.
Yo.
Alyssa, can you send me an email because I can't find your email. Hello. So how was your dinner?
Hey, Missy.
How was your dinner?
Good. I videotaped him. He sent a little message. I put it in your messenger.
You put it in my messenger?
Yes, I did. And feel free. And I sent a picture of my hair. Feel free.
You did your hair?
Amen, sister.
Oh, Sandy's going to get... Sandy? Okay, well, I hope it came out okay. She told me today when I told her, she said that when you do this, put it on the first 3 inches of your hair, the new growth, for 15 minutes. And then put it on the rest of it.
Right.
Okay, you did that?
Yep.
Okay, she wanted me to make sure that I told everybody. Okay. Hopefully everybody heard that. All right. Let me see.
Because the ends take faster.
Right, and she said then you'll have dark hair and then, yeah.
I put a couple in there from him, and then there's one there where he says, "Hey, Ramblers."
Okay.
He doesn't want to be left out from Jeremy.
Okay, so let me see here. I'm going to have to... Hold on. Let me grab this. Okay. Look what it froze. It froze his face on. Okay. Hold on.
Hey guys, here's Jason.
Hey Ramblers, how you doing? This is what I heard my mom says. The Ramblers on YouTube. Cheers.
That wine glass looks as big as his face. Look at that. Davina, watch that.
Hey Ramblers, how you doing? This is what I heard when Mom says. The Ramblers on YouTube.
Do you see this?
Cheers. Love them.
Oh, that's crazy.
They were big.
How come he has like a southern accent? Doesn't he? He sounds like a southerner.
No,
He did to me.
no.
I'm going to ask anybody else. Did he sound like he had a little bit of a southern twang? Okay, now you've got another one. Hold on. Let me go in your thing.
I think I think that's the same one. I didn't know
Is
how many.
it? No, you sent 3. Is it? All, are they all the same one?
No, one he just winked. And
Okay.
then that one he looks like he's sleeping where it stopped. But no, because I said, Jason, you have to say hi to the Ramblers. So he knows that
Let me
Jeremy
see.
was on. So on the June 19th, we might be all on over at Jeremy's house because we're having Hudson's birthday, his little boy.
Oh, yeah?
So don't be surprised.
Okay. Let's see.
And then I put a picture of the
baby.
hair.
I'm doing a little video. Hey Jay, I'm sending this to my other friends tonight later on.
YouTube, baby.
I'm doing a little video. Hey Jay, I'm sending this to my other friends tonight.
Now, that's your son that's going to be 50?
Yeah,
Wow, he looks good.
yeah.
Okay, so let me get that. But first one, he sounded like he had a southern twang. Now I got to show the hair. Hold on. Open and a new tab. Okay, so what do you think about the color? I don't know what you had a reddish color before, right?
Yeah, to me, for me, this wasn't much different than if I had done just a regular red in a different, you know what I mean? It wasn't anything drastic to me because my
Oh.
hair's been basically this color before.
Right. Okay, so you did that already to a red kind of hair.
Right.
Okay, are you happy with it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's no big deal. I think the black cherry will be a little bit, well, although I've done my hair black before, but the black cherry I think will be more drastic than this. And then
Right.
there's another picture that
What's
I
it?
put
I'm
in there
looking
too.
at this house right here. Is that a Putz house?
Yes, that's from the pink tree, my friend. She made it.
She made that house?
Yeah. That was a Christmas present from her.
Oh wow. Okay. Let's see. No, that's okay, hold on. That's the video again. Video. Okay, color. So I'm gonna have to go this way.
You see what I'm saying? It doesn't look like the box where the box was so, you know, well, I don't know how to say it, but to me, it just looks like a dark auburn.
Looks good. But I mean, yeah, your hair, well, like from what I could see at Jeremy's that time, was reddish,
Yeah, it was.
right? Yeah. So, yeah. Well, it'll be interesting when what happens to mine. Either I'll be crying or I don't know.
No, you won't be crying. You'll be fine.
Because Danielle made me
So-
nervous. She goes like this.
No,
She
no,
made.
no,
She
no,
did
you'll
one of
be
those
fine.
things like my daughter did when we were getting on the log flume, and I said, "What isn't this? It's just a nice, quiet, nice ride." She goes, "This so proud of you, Mom, for going on this ride." I said, "What do you mean? What do you mean? This is a log flume, like in the Brady Bunch. It's just a." And then I found out that wasn't what it was, and I found out why she was so proud of me for going on that ride. And she has the picture in her office. Well. She said, I had to get it. By the time we all went in this flume, it was Jimmy, Ethan, Luke, her, and me. I was in the back of the flume, right? And Luke
Yeah.
was in the very front. And I am still just completely oblivious, right? Going, and Luke starts to feel like a little bit, well, I'm in the front. I hope this is not. I said, Luke, it's a flume ride. It's fun. It just goes down gradually. There's a splash, And because I've been on, I used to be scared of roller coasters. Then I went on almost every roller coaster. I had like a weird experience where I was suddenly one summer not afraid. I went on every one, even the ones that you hang from, okay?
Oh, dear God.
Then I got back to the old ways. So we got on this thing, and I go, look, just don't worry about it. He's going up, up, up. And then I look and I'm like, oh my gosh, right? We're dropping down that. And my daughter's like, Mom, I started to, because I scream, okay? And I kept getting down, because I always think I'm going to fall out of these things. That's one of my biggest fears, because I feel like they're counting on me to hold myself in here. Like when I went on that runaway train the first time in Hershey Park, I swore that if I didn't hold on the way that I did, embrace myself, I would have just, and I almost wanted to do it. I almost wanted to take my hands off and prove that I could fall right out and I'd be dead. Right?
Oh, dear God.
No, but I just wanted to prove that there should be big signs.
The one that's going to be losing.
Right? That you would say you have to hold, like, because my kids would say, no, it just feels that way. And I said, no, don't tell me. If I let go, I would be dead. Okay? I would be out of this thing. Anyway, so I'm starting to scream, and then she's like, oh, there's only a few more of them. I'm like, what do you mean a few more, right? So I'd see them coming, and I'd be starting to scream, and my daughter was hysterical because she went with me on the first, like, the Great Bear in Hershey Park, where I was between her, and she couldn't believe I was going on that. I got roped into doing that, screamed the entire time. But so we're on this thing, and by the time we're at the end of the ride where they took our picture, I was literally I don't even know how I was laying on the log flume. You couldn't even see me. You saw my hand. And she goes, Mom, I have to get this picture because I want to remember that. Who's that? That's my mother back there. She went from sitting straight up to she was like laying down trying to get, just because she was screaming her head off. So yeah, I was. I'm going to have to ask you to send me a copy of that picture.
Please,
oh my
yes.
gosh. All you saw is my hand. And I don't even know how I managed. She goes, I don't even know how you managed to contort yourself to get yourself down in there. Because there was, 3 adults and 2 kids in this flume, and I managed to get almost laying on the ground of the flume. God, because I was so scared. Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
I'd be so scared.
Because it's a lack of control, and then when I see the thing coming up, I just start screaming. And I'm like, is that the last one? She's like, I think there's one more. Are you kidding? I think there's one more. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. But my hair's about your length now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you had long hair. It looked like you had long hair when you
they took off. Jason goes, they took off quite a bit. And I said, yeah, now that I'm looking at it, they probably took about 6 inches, at least 7 inches.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay.
Yeah. So, what else did you? So you had lobster?
Yeah, lobster, steak. He got so much stuff. I couldn't believe it. I took a lot home so I'll have it for my lunch tomorrow. Do you realize it's Thursday again? I'm going to work. Doesn't it seem like I always say it's Thursday?
Well, you know why? I have to change my aligners every Tuesday. And the Tuesday comes around so damn fast. Every time I go get another one, I feel like I just did this because I hate it because I have to file them. Yeah. So I hate it. And I swear to you, it feels like I just did it like yesterday every time I go to do it.
I know.
I go, it can't be a week. It can't be.
Yeah, I said, today's Thursday. Tomorrow's going to be Thursday. I got to go to work. I'm going to be saying that I got to go to work again. And I hate it. And it seems like just yesterday I said that.
Right. I know.
And what I keep thinking to myself is, well, that means I'm another week older.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's how fast it's going. Mm-hmm. And today I watched, did you ever watch, because I know that you said you like Joe Kenda too.
Yeah.
I love him. Even with his little bangs, there's something about that man I love. Anyway,
my daughter likes him too, yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's something about him. I don't know. But anyway, I never watched the last one that he did. Did you?
There's a new series?
No. The one where it was the end of the finale.
Oh, no, I didn't.
You need to watch it.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. Yes. I had never seen it either, and I watched it today. It was really, really enlightening.
Where is it on? ID Discovery?
It's on ID
Yeah.
or ID. Yeah,
ID,
one
yeah.
of those. But anyway, yeah, very interesting. But yeah, I really hated to see him leave because I used to like his stories.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, the ending was, yeah, you'll like it. Yeah, I am crushing Kubi.
Splash
I
Mountain.
mean, even his bangs, and I don't go for, actual bangs on guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're looking at Sam Elliott and then Joe Kenda. But I mean, there's just something about him.
Oh, so would you?
Where's Scooter?
I don't know. I don't know if I've seen Scooter all day today. I was gonna do something funny with Scooter because the drama channel she watches, they put a clip in a clip channel and it came in my feed, and the one lady's like, I told her I don't want her sending me presents. I don't want her. I was gonna come on and say, Scooter, stop sending presents because I'm not sending presents back to you. And that's what they were doing in this clip channel. It's, oh my gosh, yeah, so stupid.
Did everything get settled with that one person with their account?
Oh yes, you're talking about the thing
Yeah.
I was telling you about, the tech issue.
Yes.
Yeah, just waiting through the final review now.
Okay.
Yeah, the
And
thing, yes.
I had a feeling that might do it, the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, that was good. Oh, phew. That was
And have you talked to Lisa today?
no, but I heard high pitched.
Heard her phone ring?
No, it was a high pitched, like it was like
I heard that too.
I heard my phone go ding, but then I heard like a high pitched like mee, mee.
Me too.
I don't know what that was. That was weird. Okay.
Huh. Lisa didn't talk to you. Did she get her hair dyed? Did Danielle get into the doctor?
I didn't even check I have my text messages with them. I was bad today. I didn't check them. Yeah, I have to check them. I don't know what Davida looks like. Sarah, plain and tall.
Sarah Plain and Tall. Who's Sarah Plain and Tall?
Oh, not Sarah. See, this is so bad. No, it's not a joke. I think today I saw Twain Street and I said Taiwan Street because I have to put my glasses on. Sarah Plain and Tall.
Who do I look like?
Wasn't there a Sarah? She said Sarah Palin. Wasn't there?
Do you know? Okay, I got to tell you this.
Okay.
When she was running, okay, I was still working at the store,
Right.
and I had the same glasses that she had from Kawasaki,
Yeah.
and I used to wear my hair up. I cannot tell you how many people would come in and tell me that.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh! And then I
know.
went back. We went back to Texas, and we
Mhm.
were at my brother-in-law's church, and this one lady kept looking at me, and I thought, why does she keep looking at me? And I looked over. I go, Mark, why is she looking at me? He goes, I don't know. He's always oblivious. And so she came over. She goes, I am so sorry. She goes, but I thought you were Sarah Palin. Like Sarah Palin's going to be in Texas at my brother-in-law's church. But I have been told that before. But never Sarah Plain and Tall.
Yeah.
That-
no,
but
it
that
wasn't.
was a
Sarah,
movie
yeah, it
on
wasn't.
Hallmark.
She didn't say Sarah Plain and Tall. That's what my stupid eyes read without the glasses. I'm telling you, I'm really making a lot of mistakes. It's ridiculous. And what did I say? Embassy Suites instead of Emerald Suites. It's so bad.
I have to go get my eyes checked too. They sent me a message.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Another perk of getting old.
Oh, I hope you're okay. Mimi says she's all of my fellow ramblers not texting much lately because I'm having issues with my eyes. I'm having surgeries on June 10th and the 17th. Oh, prayers that everything goes well for you,
Yes.
Mimi. And let's see. Tina Olsen said, I'm trying to think. I don't know what Linda Uribe said she's not watching. Sharon says, my son and I love Splash Mountain and always ask for the front seat. If we're lucky to be with non-English speaking tourists, we'll put our hands up and scream, and everyone else would too. So funny. DeVito Lane, isn't he going to start a new series?
She's talking about Joe Kenda.
Oh,
I don't-
okay.
think so. I mean, I hope he would, but not that I know of. I would love for him to start. Do you know? Okay, I'll give you one little tidbit. Do you know what he did after he left the police force?
No.
You'll never believe it. I was shocked.
Is it something bad?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
No, but you would never. Well, I would never.
Started working at the Home Depot?
No.
Started a podcast?
No. Do you want to keep guessing? You'll never believe it.
Is it an occupation?
Yes.
Okay. Gardening?
No. Do you want me to give you a hint?
Yeah.
Has to do with children.
A teacher?
No.
A daycare?
No.
Like a coach of a sports team?
No.
The DARE program at schools?
No.
Started with children. Very young children or
All ages.
all ages? Like a stranger danger program?
And he did it for quite a few years after.
It's children of all ages. And it's not a teacher and he's not the DARE program and it's a latchkey?
What?
A latchkey thing for kids after
No.
school?
No. Mm-mm.
YMCA something?
No. I thought it was a joke when they first showed it. I thought, oh, he's teasing. And then
A clown? He became a clown? No.
And he was happier than a pig and you know what doing it.
He read books to them?
Mm-mm.
Oh boy. And he's not a big brother?
No. Has to do with the schools.
Oh, it has to do with the schools. Okay.
Yeah.
First, it's not like that safety stranger danger program you said. No. A lunch guy?
Yeah.
A recess person?
No. But can I tell you who did get it, or do you not want me to tell you?
Go ahead and tell me.
Just Sunspear got it.
A bus driver?
Yep. He was a school bus driver.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he loved it. He loved it. I couldn't believe it. I went, you've got to be kidding me. And he absolutely loved it
Oh my gosh.
after getting out of that. And wait till you find out why he finally left. I mean, it is nuts. It's crazy. And I mean, like I say, I used to watch him religiously every week when he had him on. And for some reason, I just didn't watch, the last probably, I don't know, year and a half or whatever. And so today I was going through them and I thought, oh, you know what? Because it said that the title is The End. And I thought, oh my gosh, this must be where he, leaves. And so I started watching it. I couldn't believe it. It was nuts. It was crazy.
So.
But I do miss him.
Okay, so you were going to say, why did it end? The parents said that he was quite, there were too many people trying to go after the buses and find him, and they didn't want their kids.
Oh, I don't know why he quit the bus.
Oh, I
part,
thought
but
you
he
said
did
you
it.
won't know why it ended.
No. I'm talking when he left the police force.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
when he was a detective.
Gotcha.
Not that, no. I don't know why or when he left that. But he did start doing the show after he left being a school bus driver.
Okay.
And the person that got a hold of him, first of all, he didn't believe it in the beginning. And, the guy said, give me a call. And he goes, yeah, whatever. And he just let it go. It's his wife that said, you know what? I would try to get a hold of him. and he eventually did, and that's what led to the show. But yeah, the reason he left, I mean, yeah, it was. I thought, oh God bless you, no wonder you left. But I love him.
Yeah.
And then at the end he goes, but I still stick to one thing. His saying, he goes, something, if you do that, I will find you.
Right.
And he still says that. Yeah. And I thought, oh, I just love you when you say that.
Oh my gosh. Where does he live?
Colorado.
Oh, really? Colorado.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where he was the detective, Colorado.
Yeah, I didn't remember that. I thought he was out in California.
Yeah, no. And his wife was a nurse for years and years, and I'm sure she's retired at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got to find his story. Oh, that was scary. What was that?
Whoa, scared me. Joe Kent is going to hear what? Joe
Soul
Kent
Sister,
is a
thank
part
you
of
for
the
becoming a
Ramblers?
deputy rambler. What?
No, I said Joe Kenda became a Rambler.
Oh, that would be fun. Hi, Auntie Cuckoo.
Hey, Val.
Hi, Auntie Cuckoo. What is it? When are you moving, Auntie? Is she moving at the end of the month?
Yeah, she's moving soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Julie W.
Stiff.
That'll be interesting. See how she likes it there. Hi, Deborah Vancouver Dan.
So no Scooter all day. She left us with all those wonderful stories last
Let
night.
me see if she texted me, because I can only check Facebook text the messenger here. Let me see if I think she does it purposely so people ask, and then she's
Yeah,
you know.
makes her more popular.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to do a collab? Okay.
When she did that, I'm thinking, did she know what a collaboration is? She cracks
I think Facebook's down.
down.
I don't know. Maybe it says this site can't be reached. Can anyone else get on Facebook right now?
Well, let me go over. Yeah.
You can?
Uh-huh.
Oh, mine is being weird.
Yeah. Do you want me to go on Messenger?
Yeah, ask her. Yes, ask her if see if she's around. Ask her if she hates us.
Okay. All right.
I have to order those stupid brads. I thought they were bigger than that.
You're gonna what?
Those brad things for the cricket.
Oh.
I ordered. They're tiny little ones. I need them like about the size of a thumbtack.
Oh, you remember the clay that I couldn't get?
Mm-hmm.
Remember they were asking me to send all my information?
Mm-hmm.
And I was getting mad. Well, so then I told you he sent me another, or she, whoever, sent me another thing saying, you need to ask your neighbors if they got it. Well, first of all, I know my neighbors, and they would, as far as that goes, they would send it over. You know what I mean? They'd bring it over to my thing. So I said, my neighbors don't have it. So I thought, okay, I'm getting tired. So where Amazon says, are you satisfied with what the seller has said? And I said, nope. And so I sent it to them. So this morning I get a response from the seller. Mm-hmm. And they said, we will be sending you free of charge the clay again. And this time we'll ask for a signature. And so I responded, I said, that's fine. I said, whatever, I have no problem with that. I said, do you know when it'll be here? And they said, we'll know by tonight. You can go and track it. So it's going to be here on the 18th, which is Tuesday.
What kind of clay was it?
It's a clay that, I've never used it, but it's a clay that doesn't harden, but you can pour what's called smooth over it, and you can make molds out of it. And I'm going to make the molds for my faux food.
How come you're doing it this way
apparently
now?
certain kind.
This is different than you normally.
Right, because I want to make more things of the same kind without having.
Oh, let it dry? So you just put it in there and you pop it right out?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you pour something over it?
Yeah. And so I want to see how this works opposed to the way I was doing it before. And it would be easier to ship things if it works, because for instance, when I make things out of plaster of Paris, such as, you know, the pie pieces and the big chocolate bunnies,
Yeah.
I would never even begin to try to ship it. First of all, it would be so heavy, you'd be paying out
Oh,
the
yeah.
nose.
Forget it. Yeah.
The second thing is it would no doubt break, because plaster of Paris breaks so easily.
Right.
And it just wouldn't be worth it. So I kept thinking how I could do things to where it would be more conducive to being able to ship or make more, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's why I'm trying this. So I've never done it before,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm going to give it a shot. So that's why I got that kind of clay. And remember I told you I was going down the rabbit hole looking at all this stuff? That's one of the things I was looking at, trying to think how I could do it differently, but still get the same, effect of what I want. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I was going through hoops with this
Oh, it's
idiot.
something wrong.
And I'm thinking, do you need my birth date to get some clay? Then I
Yeah.
was starting to get mad. And that's why I said to Amazon, I know I'm not satisfied with this.
I
And
wonder.
then that's when they sent me, you'll be getting it. Okay, whatever. So I sent it to Scooter. I said, where are you? She hasn't answered me.
She didn't answer.
She hasn't even seen it. No, it's just a check mark. So she hasn't even seen it.
I gotta find out what size these are. I have no idea. I never even knew that they could be so small.
Oh, you can get tiny little brads, I think, on
Yeah,
Amazon.
look at that. I know, but I don't want them that small.
Oh yeah, you can get bigger, of course.
I know, but I have to find out what size these were, and so I don't order, because I need the multicolor ones for the paper flowers. Let me see. Let me look at my orders and see what the heck size these are. Orders. Okay. You're telling me that what is the size of these things? Oh, these are 8 millimeters in length, but they're 4.5 millimeters in diameter. So, okay, I see I've got to get bigger ones. Okay. Tiny, tiny, tiny. All right.
Could she possibly be in bed? She didn't even answer.
Oh, come on. She's, I don't know. I doubt it very highly.
So that means she hates me
That's
because she never answered.
probably 8 by 12. So that would be 8 would be,
Probably.
let me see, about a half, right?
She hates you.
Let me see. I think these are the size that I need. Let me see. Okay. So how
Yeah,
many?
Tracy W. I love black and white.
300.
Danielle, anything from the doctor?
Oh yeah, did you make your appointment? Six 500. How much are the? I mean, what size are these?
And you said you talked to Amy Justice League.
8, but no, those are the same. Yes, yeah.
How's she doing?
Good days, bad days.
Yep.
I can't figure out what these are. 5, 4. I have to give you her number again because she says she doesn't have your number and she doesn't know where she put
Okay.
it. And let me see here now. 8 by 12. That's the ones I need. 600. 600 of them. Wow. I wonder if these are really the 8 by 12. It's better be the right size.
Did you ever see the movie, or anybody in chat see the movie? I was talking to Jason about it tonight at dinner with Sam Elliott, and the name of it is The Hero.
No.
Huh. Oh.
What?
Oh.
Is that good?
Well, yeah, it's good, but he's older in it, but I don't care. But it was kind of sad. But his real life wife, which I wish it was me, but she was in it. But yeah, it was sad, but it was good. But I was looking at him and I go, you know what, doggone it, even though you are older, I still love you. I don't care.
How old is he?
70, oh gosh. I want to say 72 or 73 at least, but I'm not quite sure. But I know he's in his 70s. And I mean, he looks older now. You know what I'm saying? But I don't care. I would just wear a blindfold and let him talk to me. No, I wouldn't wear a blindfold. I wouldn't mind looking at him.
That's crazy. Okay, now hold on 1 second. I just have to get this. I got the brads. They better be the right size. Now I just have to see one thing. If, so, you know, how come you guys don't want to come on and talk about anything? Nobody wants to come on and talk to us.
Probably because I'm here.
No, I think it. I thought maybe Alyssa is coming on. Alyssa, did you send me the email? She said she wanted to talk to us. And did you send me the email, Alyssa? Hold on.
Patricia asked it.
Oh, you did? Okay, gotcha. Ooh, phew, thank you. You should have screamed and shouted. Here you go. The number's on its way. Sorry about that. I get distracted.
Patricia, what I used, Carolyn put it up before. You got the same kind, didn't you, Carolyn? Did you get the Schwarzkopf?
No, I got the, I'll tell you what I got. I just saw it on Amazon.
Because Patricia wanted to know what I got. But it's the Schwarzkopf. And Carolyn put it up a couple nights ago. 2 nights ago, I believe. If you go back 2 nights ago, she put it up and you'll see it. You'll see the color. It's called Ruby.
Oh, I got Schwarzkopf. I didn't realize mine's Schwarzkopf, but mine's Simply Color. Does yours say Simply Color?
No, mine says, well, I don't know what. I can't remember now. I'd have to go get the box.
Okay.
But it's whatever you put on.
Yeah, okay. Mine says Simply Color, 0% ammonia silicone alcohol.
Yeah, it is very good though, man. It makes your hair really soft, and they give you a conditioner that lasts like 3 or 4 after, your initial coloring.
Yeah.
And it really leaves your hair so soft.
Oh,
It's
because,
crazy.
that's the other thing Sandy said. She said, besides the 15-minute thing, and she said, wash your hair twice after you put it on. I said, really? She goes, wash it twice and then put the conditioner.
Yeah, because you want to get as much of that out as you can, and then with the residue that's left in there.
Yeah.
I do that too. Yeah.
I don't usually wash it once. I don't usually wash it twice. I wash it once, but the hair color I have, they don't even want you to wash it. I wash it anyway.
You little rebel, you.
I know, because the ones like the Clairol, they always say don't wash it, just put that
Right.
Whatever they give you in the
packet
package.
stuff. Yeah.
But I always wash it at least once.
Yeah. I think you're gonna like this. It really is nice. And I wouldn't be afraid at all. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't. And Nana Patty, her sister's still doing status quo.
Yeah, I think so. Did you need 2 boxes?
If I hadn't have got my haircut, yes, I would have had to have.
But
2
you didn't
boxes.
need it. You didn't need it for your.
No,
I ordered
no,
2 anyway. But
I will tell you that 1 box just did it. Just did it. So, yeah.
okay.
You can get it at CVS, Sharon, or Walgreens.
Oh, you.
Yeah, Danielle said it's wonderful. Yep.
What is that? That's what you're getting, Mo?
I did it.
You did it?
No, I ordered it.
Oh,
You go, girl.
I can't believe it. Yours looks really good, Davita.
Thanks, Moo.
What
So
is-
will yours.
what is that color called?
They don't really have big choices, but I have to use this kind because you know.
Right, I know.
Anyway, but they're sort of in the cherry range. They also have
I
plum
love it.
and violet. So
Okay, you
if
see that color? That's the vintage red. That's the next one I'm going to do when this starts washing out. It's exactly like that. It's a very vibrant red.
yeah, the thing about these colors is that they run much darker than they look in the photographs.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is, I can't believe I'm doing this.
You know, Moo, can you see the next troll video?
The what?
The next
The
troll
Golden
video?
Girls go red.
They're all dyeing their hair red. Every one of them. They're all doing it. They all follow suit.
Oh my God!
Can you imagine? That'll be the next one.
Well, I'm glad that they know where to come to get their content.
Yeah, if you guys and if they want to get color, they'll know which one to get too if they want to do it too.
Yep.
Because they're watching, so
Oh,
might as well just
God.
dye your hair red as well.
Yeah, my hair, I've let it go. I haven't colored it in so long or cut it. And so it's like super long. And it's, I mean, for me, because I wear it, you know, like Lisa D, but it's like reaching my shoulders almost. And
Cool.
it's, the color faded out, you know, it fades to sort of, you know, an orangey blonde. And then my roots are, you know, ridiculous because they're all white. And I didn't realize, I
Amen.
mean, go anywhere, so it's not a big deal. But then when I saw the Mother's Day pictures, and I looked like some kind of a clown. So I thought, well, I mean, I've got to color it, so I'll probably put it back to its old state, which is, you know, it's like a light brown, and then add a shadow of red
Cool.
on top of it. Because if I went all crimson now, my children would take me off to that facility. But I didn't really want to go plum or violet.
Yeah. That's going to be my next one after this washes out. If I don't do the vibrant red, I did get I think, I can't remember if I showed all the pictures of the 4 boxes I got. But anyway, one of them is very amethyst. I mean, it in the sun, it's going to look purple. But, you know, I mean, I've always been one to kind of, like I told you, when I was in school, I was doing my hair half black and half white. I mean, I was always a little different. I always went to the beat of a different drum. So that kind of stuff I just do. And then I think, oh, I can just dye it another color, you know, once it washes out.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. So
Hey,
it doesn't
Alyssa.
scare me.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, Alyssa. I don't think she can hear us yet.
Hi, Alyssa. It lasts, they say 10 weeks, Sharon.
Can you hear us, Alyssa? She can hear us. We can hear her. Uh-oh.
She might be on mute.
Alyssa. Alyssa? Oh, Melissa, you're on mute. Let me ask you to unmute. Hold on. Ask you to unmute.
Melissa sounds so level-headed and strong. It was really
Mhm.
hear her talking because she's not making nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alyssa?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to say Alyssa.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. No, I don't think she can hear us or something. Oh my
Alyssa.
gosh, I have to show you something, Davita. You're going to freak out.
What?
Look at this. Isn't this funny? it's not meant to be Mackenzie Child, but look at this. Let me pull this over here and make sure I don't have any identifying information. Okay, look at this Snoopy. It was this way. Look at that. Wait till it comes up.
Okay, now wait, it takes a minute for me to see it.
Okay.
Still not here.
Well, Alyssa's coming on. Should I show you what happened to my hair with my little cupid grandchildren in front of me?
Yeah, hang on. Let me just pull this off. Let me see. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh!
Did you see that?
What?
Yes! Look at Snoopy, Mo!
It's a Snoopy that
Where?
looks like, well, he's on, you have to look on YouTube, and he's got like a Mackenzie Child ear.
Ear!
Yeah, ears. His ears are, yeah, he's a pirate,
Oh
but
my gosh!
I don't get it. Okay? I saw that and I was like,
were they
what's the deal
doing?
with that, right? What's the deal with that?
That
weird.
is Mackenzie Child.
Looks like it, but it doesn't even mention that. It just doesn't even, it's just, oh, there's
Where are
Alyssa,
you? Oh, I see. Oh my gosh,
right? So weird.
that's so strange.
That it is. Okay, Alyssa, can you hear us now? Or let's see let's see your picture now, Mo, because we didn't see
Yeah,
it.
Mo.
Oh
Okay,
wait,
what
I
now?
have to go look at Snoopy's ear. Let me go back. I don't know if you can. This is with my cupid grandchildren on Mother's Day. Do you see
Aw.
Do you see what happened? See my hair? The roots are showing at the top.
Oh yeah, that
Yes,
looks like
yeah.
how mine looks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all long and you know how dark hair, if you don't bother to dye it for months,
Yes.
it begins to get orange. So I figured I'm right for some
Yeah, hair color.
hair dye.
Oh, it's gonna look perfect.
Hmm.
I don't know though. You guys have nice hair, and I have this curly stuff.
Lisa D
matter.
has the curly stuff, and she's gonna do it.
Yeah. It's gonna look
Which color
fun.
did she choose?
I think she's going with the
Black
black
cherry.
cherry. I think.
Oh, good. Well, okay. I'll have a curly haired pal. Hi, Alyssa. How are you?
You're
I
on
can't
mute.
hear you.
Alyssa.
Yeah, Alyssa, I think you're still on mute. Or no, she's not on mute. We can't hear you though.
You look beautiful.
I don't know why we can't hear Melissa.
Yeah.
Alyssa.
Doesn't look like it's on mute, but
Alyssa, we can't hear you. Can you hear us?
she can hear us.
We can't hear you.
Maybe it's her earphones.
Check your microphone. Make sure your microphone is on.
There. Put it
There's,
in.
we hear a lot of static now, but not you. It sounds like Morse code. It's weird.
She's gonna check something, I think.
All right.
Yeah, she's gonna do something with the earphones. Somebody else had that problem with the earphones, I remember. I don't remember who it was, but I remember it was something with the earphones.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Hopefully you can get it figured out there.
Or can you try it with no earphones and just
Yeah, that's what she's shaking her head, yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yep.
yes, finally.
Oh,
Finally.
good. See, this is what happens when you watch a baby. The little guy wants to play with him all the time because when he naps, I spoiled him because he likes to nap on me, you know?
Oh, you're a nanny again down there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Aw.
he's so cute. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. I'll have to send you some pictures of him. I think I only sent you, Mommy, his dog. Their dog. They have a little Pomeranian.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
I thought he was the cutest thing in the world when I first started working there, but
No,
he-
you don't
I
like
mean,
him anymore?
you know, it's not that I don't like him. It's that
He's a pain?
I just want to strangle him
Oh,
sometimes.
okay.
I mean, you know, I guess it's easier for the parents because the dad has like this really deep and strong voice. Like
Mm-hmm.
all he has to do is say,
No.
ew,
Yeah.
you know, like I don't even know how to do it. And the dog is like, and even the mom doesn't say, so it's like the dog will do whatever the dad says to anybody else says it, and the dog's like, you know, whatever. And today really freaks me out because the dog is, you know, he likes to chew on everything, and they don't want him chewing on the baby's stuff. And I'm
Right.
like, well, good luck with that. Like, you gonna hide the baby stuff all the time? Like, it's just gonna be a part of life. If you don't want that dog
It,
biting any of the baby stuff, then get rid of the dog.
is he a puppy?
He's 2.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, he's just, or train him. I don't know. He's always going to chew on stuff. Like, he literally chews on everything.
They make a
It's the limit.
spray. I mean, they make a spray for that. That's like bitter apple, but you don't want it on anything the baby's going to put in their mouth. Oh,
Because it'd be bad for the baby.
Right.
well, yeah. I don't think of it. It's non-toxic, but it's going
It
to
just
taste
would be
terrible.
bad.
Yeah, you know, and you know, so yeah. But I mean, if he's chewing like I don't know, like when you say stuff for the baby, like the carriage wheels or the stroller wheels or something. But
I mean, it's just everything. Like they have the guest bed in the baby's room, and it's just even the bed, all parts of the bed. The baby's getting too big for the diaper changer, so I put him on the bed, and I mean, he's just all over the baby, and I can say, no, bad dog, no. And he just doesn't freaking listen. He won't, he'll bark and bark and bark. And I mean, he just does not care. And then today was making the baby's bottle, and I didn't think, you know, I've never seen him be aggressive to the baby at all, but the baby's starting to, you know, when they pull, you know, fur.
how old is the baby?
The baby's 6 months old, but he's a month premature.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you can't really teach a baby that young, like, you know, they know don't pull, you know, like when they're older, you just
Right.
say, and I still try and like unfold his hand and say gentle, but still, like, he doesn't understand that that's hurting him yet.
Right. And it's a
And
Pomeranian, you said?
mhm.
So a little
And so
dog.
now he's starting to get pissed. And so what I think happened today is I think that he bit the baby's hand because the second that I was making the bottle and the baby and the dog were there, and I saw the dog right there, and the baby started crying like ow, like something just hurt him.
Oh.
And I ran over there, and the dog was like full on, like, and I was like, oh, and the like, what? Like, Rio, no. And then I picked up the baby, and Rio was trying to like on the baby's foot, and I was like, get out of here, go, go. So I looked at the baby outside, you know, like with fresh light, you know, and his one, you know, little fist looked red, and you know, a little like that. And then I was
Right.
like, you know, tell me where it hurts, you know, like point me out, because maybe he just frightened him, and then he kind of just, you know, he's still such a baby, it's hard to tell. And he put his foot up, and then I took off his little socks, and that one was wet, probably from slobber, and then that one was a little red. So it was like, you know, nothing major, but just, you know, I don't know, it's a concern.
Right. But he didn't he didn't break his skin,
Yeah, I was just gonna say he didn't break any
right?
skin.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he didn't break skin. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that the dog would, because I have seen him, you know, like he knows it's a baby type of thing, you know, like I don't think that he would, but he gets
Mm.
extremely jealous, and I don't
Never
like
know.
the gnawing. Like he's still like, you know
Mm.
what I mean, like,
Yeah.
but not like hurting. I don't know if that's a normal thing because I've never had a dog.
Well,
Like my teenage ex-boyfriend raised
what do
like
the
two
parents say
Chihuahuas.
about? I mean, what do they say about it?
Yeah.
Huh?
What do the parents say about it?
I don't even think the dog does it around them because the dad does all the controlling. Like with the older daughter I've only watched 3 times the whole time. Like she's never there. And I've heard him like majorly scold her once.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was like, "You talk to me that way one more time, like in your room." Like yelled.
Right,
Like and
right.
I was
He's
like,
got a voice that
"Oh."
goes right through you, this guy.
Like yeah,
Yeah.
like I was like, woo, it scared me, and so yeah, and the mom's more like, not like that. So I just don't think it ever happened. And I even told her, I was like, we were talking about how crazy Rio is, and because they take him to the shop, like I think they've taken Rio to the shop 3 times at the shop that they own. And I was like, oh, it was crazy. It was like not having twins, because I used to watch Twin Babies, but
Right.
it's like, it's way worse than watching Twin Babies because this dog requires way more than the Twin Babies did, up for sure. Because they don't have a doggy door. He doesn't have a crate, like, always wants to go in and out and in and out. And we're in Arkansas, you can't leave the door open. Bugs will come in, and that dog barks at everything, and just he bites on everything. He's always on everything. You can't eat in front of him. You can't. I mean, you can't even sit in front of just everything. It's like I don't know how people deal with this. I don't know. I would definitely get a trainer if I was them.
Yeah, I mean, I would tell them. I mean, just explain it to them that the dog's what's happening.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, like I kind of try to do like I told them like 3 different times about different really bad annoyances, but I didn't tell him that I thought he might have hurt the baby because it never really happened until today. And then it was just the dad that came home this time, and he showed up a little early, and so and then plus what's going on in my life right now is just like I just need to go
Yeah. So
home.
what you were gonna say? What happened today? What?
Okay, so today, hold on, shut my door.
Okay.
Is he in the house right now?
Yeah, but he took his Tylenol PM.
Mm-hmm.
How he promised before that he would only take 1 pill, and then now he's taking 2. Another lie. Anyway, so I talked with JD today,
Mm-hmm.
and again because I talked to him yesterday,
Right.
and so he was like, gosh, I'm just so disappointed. I don't know what to do, like, but I'm going to take care of this. And then I did some more Googling, and I found this page that said, oh gosh, it was really bad. It said something about the death rate being way higher from gabapentin and Suboxone.
Taking it together, you mean?
Taking it together. Like if you take higher than recommended doses of gabapentin, which obviously he is, and Suboxone, then like it's like they use the words Russian roulette with your life, and it's extremely lethal. And then if you do Suboxone, there's no way to get you back. Like how how they can do the Narcan or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Narcan. Yeah.
They can't do that with this. So you'll die.
Yeah.
Well,
So what happened then? What I mean.
So then when I saw those, I text them to JD, and I text them to Rich, and I was like, what a waste, I'm like, hope it's worth it, because he tried to text me like a loving message this morning, and He was like, I just want you to know that I'll always love you and I'll always be there for you. And, you know, all the
Mhm.
way around, I'm not going anywhere. And I'm like, but you are, because you do. If you're abusing substances, you are going somewhere. So I don't know what memo you didn't catch, but
Yeah.
Macy,
Oh, I thought he was coming in.
oh yeah, he's wild. He's my big girl.
Aww.
Yeah, she's so pretty.
Oh.
She's 2 now. She's my
That is
Maine Coon big little girl. She's so
beautiful.
fluffy and pretty. Oh, she's just gorgeous. She really is so sweet.
What's her name?
Macy.
Oh, she's so cute. She's
So
beautiful.
cute. Just love her. So, so he wrote that thing, and I just I didn't fall for it, not for 1 second. I was like, okay, did you find out when they're having an opening for the Sober Living? And he was like, not yet, but I'll let you know as soon as I do. I'm like, okay, thanks. Or I don't even think I said thanks. I was like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
And then JD, I told JD, I'm like I'm done. I'm really done. And he was like, he didn't really realize how bad it was to mix them. So he was like, I want him off everything. And I'm like, well, I had reservations about him getting off of Suboxone because I thought it would help with the cravings. And I felt like some people are on medications for life, and there's nothing wrong with that.
You mean he's already off the Suboxone?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's kind of fast.
Yeah. No, he's not. But the thing is, the gabapentin is giving him a higher high since he is on Suboxone.
Okay.
So that's what's making him even more like he wants it. And I don't think he realizes it. Like, he's like, what's your problem? Like, why can't I do this? Like, I don't think he gets it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the people that work there, even the doctors don't even realize that. Like, I've been doing research and figuring this out. Like, this is a new thing that people are doing, and they're doing it. And it really sucks. I mean, this is going to be a huge thing. Watch. Like, when I found out about Oxycontin, it was just a little thing that I had watched on TV, and I told Rich, it was like the day after the documentary, and I don't know why, he never had a drug problem before.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, hey, don't ever take anything called Oxycontin. And the next day, somebody offered him Oxycontin, and he became addicted to it ever since.
That's before. You mean that's before you even? That's the first time you guys were together?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. In 2005, when we started taking Oxycontin, that's how he got addicted to those, which led to like everything, heroin, like everything.
Wow.
All from just he had a broken collarbone, but originally, like, he already had a bad back. One of his friends gave him one at work when he was working at Fine Dining. He really liked it, but then he did actually got a broken collarbone, and they're wrestling around, and he did end up getting it and fell in love with it. Never was the same after. And I swear this is going to be the next new thing, and it sucks for people that actually need it and aren't abusing it,
Mm-hmm.
because some people need it and some people don't abuse it, and now doctors are going to be weird about things like that.
the thing about doctors is that it's so easy for them to say, here, use this, it works, try it, you can take it for life, or, you know, whatever. They're very casual about offering these to people, but what they universally cannot do is get people off. When the person's through with it, when they don't need it anymore, when they realize that maybe they're better off not being on the drug, doctors are not good at getting people off.
Yeah, and that's extreme. Like, that's just completely irresponsible. I don't even know how they could
They
even sleep
don't,
at night doing something like that. Like,
well, they just don't understand. I mean, it's easy to hand it out. And then, you know, when problems arise, which they do, well, the thing is that even something like gabapentin, which was one of the ones given to me, it does have a place, but then when you need to ease off these things, it isn't so easy. You know, your
no,
body
no,
wants it, even if you don't, even if, and
yeah,
it's not even like heroin or something like heroin
no. But
dictates.
it'll make me like, I mean, so I'm prescribed 600 milligrams a day. I don't take 306 milligrams a day because I'm like, I'm frugal about like everything in my life, like whether it be money or just everything I'm frugal about because you never know, like, okay, maybe, that day I really hurt myself and I didn't want to take like uh, I don't know, something for pain. I thought this was more of a non-narcotic. So I was like, okay, maybe, well, now I know that it's not,
Well, you're
it's
right.
actually worse.
You're wise to be careful with it. The thing is,
Yeah.
really does have a purpose.
Yeah.
The slippery slope is if you aren't frugal about it and the doses, and the other thing about gabapentin is you can take a tremendous amount and it won't hurt you. It isn't harmful the way, like if you were given a prescription and said, well, take, between 300 and 600 milligrams of gabapentin, and you took 2,000 milligrams, you would be okay. It wouldn't kill you like fentanyl or something where,
Yeah. Like, I think you can take like
dead.
3,000 a day.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
would
most.
hurt
But if
like
you
that,
take
but
more than that, I mean, people are, I know you can OD from them,
yeah, and the thing,
especially if you're taking like Suboxone or something like that
well, the thing
along
about
with it.
gabapentin is if you do overdo it, you already know, you say, oh, well, I took like 10 times what I should have, but I still feel okay. And that allows you to keep doing that, It's
Yeah,
like, I'll take 1,000 milligrams because that is fine. And
yeah,
the
cause
thing is,
like,
you take
like,
more and more and more.
yeah, cause I got two, or no, I got 600 milligrams a day, and he's bigger than me, and he got 600 milligrams. So, even we were kind of like, oh, he probably should be getting one more, and so, but obviously him taking 60, 600 milligrams within 3 days is crazy.
Well, yeah, that's the problem with that one. And if he had overtaken it with another drug like an opioid, he would be dead or in the hospital.
Yes.
But
Yes.
that with gabapentin is you can abuse it so easily, and you do build up. If you do get in the habit of taking more and more and more, it is not so easy to get off that. It's not the worst, but it isn't easy. And it always says more, give me more.
Yeah,
More.
because your tolerance is always gonna go up. Like say for instance, like when they were actually giving me Norco for my slight scoliosis, and I would only take them when I would work. And I really don't like to do anything like that, especially after what happened with Rich. I'm like, I don't like to do any drugs. But obviously, I wanted to tell them in a lot of pain. So I would take a half an Norco. And then when that quit working, I took a whole Norco. Then when that quit working, I took 1.5. And then when it was going to have to go up to 2, I was like, this isn't, I don't feel right about that, because I don't want to be having to take 2 of them a day. That's
Yeah,
like
you're
double what I ended up trying to do.
You're so wise. I'm so glad to hear that, because it's really a slippery slope and you can get in.
It is, and you know what, it sucks because it could have been so easily for me not like that. My father is a drug addict. You know, there's just no difference. There's no difference. I don't know why I'm not like that and Rich is, you know, and I wish he wasn't like that. I wish there was something that I could do. Or, you know, I feel bad that he's like that.
Yeah. Why do you take, because I have slight scoliosis too. So
They
what
don't give it to me anymore.
oh,
Since that
but
whole
why?
thing
I mean,
went
does
on.
it cause you pain? Because I mean, they never said to me it would cause me pain.
Yeah.
It does?
Your slight scoliosis doesn't cause you pain?
Well, okay, here's the thing. When I was in like 7th grade, when they started testing for scoliosis, they used to always go, okay, you need to bend down in front of them, right? And they'd go, wait a second. Okay, come back. They'd get the other lady and they'd go, oh, okay, you don't have it. Then that happened like a couple of times. And then just recently, when I had like my herniated disc and stuff, and I went for the MRIs, they said there's a slight scoliosis.
I guess a lot of people have it.
But
a lot of people
they never
have it.
said, like, do you have pain from it or anything? Like, what kind of pain do you have from it?
So the only
Depends
reason
on how
why I
severe.
knew that I had it was because I went for the pain. I never saw it in school or anything like that. I have a weird pain, and it started at around 25 years old. And it was and I thought this was associated with driving, because I used to drive about an hour to work. And even though I'm right-handed, I drive with my left. And I always just drove like that. So I thought like it must have been something to do with that. So it's like where my shoulder blade is, but like
Like up here?
under. So it's like as if my back going like straight like this, you know, like the
Yeah.
tailbone.
Right.
But then it curved a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Straight. So it's curved right where, you know.
Is it like pain,
the
or is it
shoulder
like,
blade.
does it feel like
It feels
almost,
like it's on fire sometimes.
is it
like
ever
just
like an
burning.
almost like a tingling, like an electrical tingling kind of thing? Do you ever get that? Because I went for a while because I was getting this like tingling. It wasn't really painful. It was like this tingling on the side of my spine on one side. And that's why I went for all of this crap. I kept going for all of this stuff, plus the herniated discs. And that's when, you know, they said it wasn't anything that was anything serious or anything. They just said, you know, and I just thought, well, it could just be from the herniated discs, which I chalk everything up to.
Maybe
crushing some of the
mine
nerves.
doesn't feel tingly. You know?
See, because I can get a tingling sensation, like sometimes down my leg or something, and sometimes in my hands. And I think it's all from my herniated discs pressing on nerves. Sometimes that's what I think it is, because it's been for years and years and years.
Because that's not what this feels like.
Oh, okay.
In fact, it's more like it's not even on the spine that hurts. It's like wherever, like my spine is going up, and then it's curved around that muscle. So like this muscle right here feels like it needs.
See, now
to
I
be
feel like I have that now. Now I feel like I need to go to the hospital. See what I mean?
So I could like get like some beans, you know, like a cup of, and just like sit on it and just have it push.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, that feels so much better, type of thing. Or I have like the kneading little massage thing.
Yeah,
that I
like
put
when
on.
I sit in the massage chair. Yeah.
Yeah. God, oh,
Now I feel like I need the massage chair.
I know, me too. I'm like, where's that thing at?
You know what actually can really help? I know this is going to sound stupid and corny, but it's true. Is yoga. But I mean, you have to.
Stupid or corny.
Yeah, I can see where that would help.
It can. I mean, you have to have someone help you. I mean, if you either have to know a lot about yoga or have someone help you who knows about this type of stuff. But when I was still living in New York City, I lived in this, it's called a NORC. It's a naturally occurring retirement community. It's where people live there for so long that, you know, they get old, live there until they die. And so they had great services there. And I can't tell you how many, which included yoga and all these things for old people. And I'm old, but these folks are even older. They're in their 80s and 90s. And
they're still getting up and doing yoga. That's so amazing.
Yeah, well, there was this one woman, I bumped into her and I was like I could barely walk last year. And I was like making my way painstakingly up the stairs to my apartment. I mean, it's an elevator building, but there's stairs in the big property, acres of land. I was going up these stairs and, you know, with a cane, and I could barely get up the stairs. And this little lady who's like 85 said to me, you know what? She said, I was walking like you. She said I was completely bent over, and because I was really bent over, I really can't even tell you how messed up I was. And here's this little 85-year-old lady, and I was still only in my 60s, and she was telling me, you know, she said, you got to take yoga. Look at me. It completely fixed me. And this little woman is in jogging clothes, and she's just sprinting up the stairs.
Wow. You're like, give me your
real.
secret now.
There are all these old people living there, and they're doing really well. They're, you know, going into the subways and stuff. And
Wow.
I mean, it really shows you how well people can do when there's services for, you know, to help people with specific, you know, aging problems instead of shriveling up the way I was doing. They were getting out and doing really healthy stuff that unbent them, basically. And so my daughter was ready to kill me because she teaches yoga. I mean, she
She does?
Yeah,
So she was like, oh, you're getting it from somewhere else. Okay.
I've been telling you. And the thing was, I was in such bad shape that I couldn't get on the floor or off the floor. And my daughter's trying to get me to do chair yoga. But now I'm at a point where I could get, after my cat knocked me on the floor last month and dislocated my knee, I realized, wow, I can get up so much better now. It's like,
my gosh.
I can do floor yoga now. I've advanced so much. But I mean, it really is amazing how much you can do for bad, you know, degenerative disc disease and all that stuff. And because I had gone that whole drug route, every stupid thing, you know, they give you Lyrica, they give you all of, you know, the gabapentin, all of these things which help, and, you know, up to a point. But really, nothing has helped me as much as not taking. I mean, I had to get off everything I was taking, and then just the activity, forcing yourself to do stuff. I mean, that's simplified. I'm saying in a pretty specific way.
That's the hard
You really have to
part.
get your body. Yeah, it's very hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard. And,
It is, but it's like once you start, it's like, okay, not that bad.
Yeah,
you know.
That's the thing. If you have people who can help you do it the right way, you really can get. I believe it, because I told people before, but I mean, I do have bad back problems, so I'm telling you specifically since you're much younger than I am, but
and it can be super depressing to have,
it can be what?
it can be super depressing to deal with, like, constant pain, like
Oh,
certain days, or
it's
we're
terrible. It's
like chronic pain, like
terrible.
yeah.
And then the thing is, it makes the depression and the pain make you more, you become immobilized, and then you
Mhm.
literally reach a point, and I'm saying this because it happened to me. You
Yeah.
become literally immobilized, where you cannot walk more than 10 or 15 feet. You can barely
Yeah.
walk to the bathroom. And you know, the idea that you can be that bad and then gradually build back up again, even when you do have really degenerative discs and all of that stuff, there are things you can do to keep from getting to the state I was in. And I can't believe it because I'm literally walking. My kids put me in this Apple Watch, which, you know I bored everybody to death with this stuff, but I just wanted to encourage you because
Oh no. Yeah.
when I came here, moved to Florida a year ago this month. It was May 23rd, and I couldn't walk. I could barely walk 15 feet,
Oh
literally.
wow.
And I had to go to the airport. I had to go through the
That's
whole
really
airport.
bad. Yeah.
And
Gosh.
it was ridiculous. And I had to use a cane. I mean, I couldn't walk without a cane, and I had to use a wheelchair at the airport. And I literally came to Florida in a wheelchair. And my son-in-law
Wow.
picked me up at the airport, and he practically carried me to the house. I didn't want anyone to see the
Oh,
cane, so he's like getting me by the
thank
elbow.
God you have a son-in-law, you know, to do that.
Oh, he was great. But the thing
Yeah.
is that now, then they got me this Apple Watch back in October, and it's so cool because I can see. I'm walking about 3 miles a day now, and I don't use a cane at all. And
Wow.
I can, I can walk. I mean, some days it's hard to get out of bed, but I can still walk at least. It's over a mile a day. I never walk less than a mile a day, and that's just
Oh my
walking around my
God.
house. And I can go through the entire Publix now. When I first got here, I couldn't
Wow.
even get, I couldn't even get to the milk section in the Publix because it was
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
So
I like last couple times I went to a grocery store, I had to do the rolling thing
yeah,
because I was
exactly.
just like, I can't.
It's too far. It can
Oh
be just
yeah.
too far to go.
I was like in pain, and like Rich was kind of like laughing and we were trying to make a joke out of it, but I was in legit pain.
Yeah,
Like,
it's really terrible.
yeah.
But the thing is, and doctors will tell you this, but it's easier to just take, drugs so that you can function. And
Mhm.
if you can function, then you don't get in terrible shape because you aren't, the pain doesn't stop you because you have pain relief. But if you can overcome it and you don't have the drugs anymore and just stay in shape, it's the best thing you can do for yourself. I-
Yeah. Like I do, 800 milligram ibuprofen, and I take Tylenol, and I take my gabapentin, and I sometimes get the trigger, you know, area, the cortisone shot. Um,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
was thinking of looking into that. But I was afraid to do anything medical now that I'm like in a non-medical state. But does that help, the cortisone?
oh yeah, oh yeah, it does, but it's not something that you're supposed to do very much because it supposedly um is not good for your muscle or your bone, or it's supposed to be bad for one or the other. But when mine gets to the point where my it feels like it's on fire and like nothing's helping, I'll go I'll go get it because I'm like, I can't take it anymore.
Oh, yeah, no, I
Like
completely understand that.
yeah, yeah.
That's,
I definitely recommend to do it. Like just tell them exactly where to do it, and and if you can't really reach back there, just, bring a friend or have somebody write, an X, like where you're,
That's a good
you
job.
know, yeah, make sure that or even if it's a painful day and you're just about to take an ibuprofen, make sure that you make a note or where that pain's at and make sure they should it right at that spot. Because I've done it before and then I'm like, God, well now it's kind of there, but and then they didn't get the right spot and I was like, damn it. Like I shouldn't have taken the ibuprofen before because now I couldn't really tell and but yeah,
I
I'm
know
due for one right now
I know they
too.
limit it. I mean, I know people have taken it. The thing I would consider it for is my old knees, because
Oh yeah.
those are really bad. So I'd rather, get cortisone shots a couple times a year than get knee replacements because that's just, I ain't gonna do that. I'm just
Yeah.
not gonna do that. But,
Yeah, they definitely help me. Definitely. And then almost it's such a weird feeling because it's like it makes you happy, but then you get sad because you're like, oh my gosh. And then you're like, oh my gosh, this is how normal people feel. And then
yeah.
you're like, wow. And then you kind of get sad for a little bit because you're like,
Yeah, it was funny, but I don't know, maybe 15, 20 years ago, I had to get cortisone for something else.
oh
And
yeah.
it was a polymyalgia rheumatica, which is a strange thing that I don't know what, it's sort of like an autoimmune thing, I guess, but it's very crippling and it's like you can't get off the toilet. When you sit down on the toilet, you cannot get up because you can't use your elbows, you can't use your wrists, and you can't
Oh,
hips. So you're like dying just because you can sit down, but getting back up again is so painful. And the thing is that cortisone just knocks it right out. And when they gave me the cortisone, I was so happy. I mean, I couldn't. I hadn't been that free of pain in so in ever because I've had joint
yeah.
problems since I was little, and
Oh my
couldn't believe what a
God.
relief that was. And when I went back to the doctor, I said, I can't believe how good I felt. Can you just keep giving? He
Oh,
said, well, no. He said, unfortunately, with cortisone, you can't take it
wait
very
till
often.
it wears off. That
And well,
sucks.
it really
I
destroys
don't
your
ever
body.
want this to wear off.
Yeah, you can't. You can do it a little, but you can't. If you live on it,
Yeah.
it really is kind of bad for you. But he said if it were something that you could do all the time safely, he said, God, people would want it in the drinking
Everybody
water
would. Right,
because
right,
it just makes you feel so good. And I felt like I could jump over the back of the sofa. I mean, I couldn't
right.
believe that I had that much mobility and to be
Yeah,
out of pain. It was so glorious.
I
So,
know.
um, but yeah,
It's
I
cool that they
saved
have
it.
stuff like that, though, at least, It
Huh?
might not be permanent and all the time, but at least they have something to get us
Oh,
there at
no,
some
it's
point
great.
sometimes.
No, I
Like
think
at
it's
least you
great
can
to be
plan
able.
it.
I think you can get cortisone shots. I wish Nana Patty were on because she knows more about that stuff. But I think you can get them maybe in a couple times a year. But it's not something you can go in
Like,
every week. But,
oh yeah. I
but you know what? Just thinking about the relief I got from that makes me happy.
right.
That was great. So, I don't know. I don't know why, our bodies do this stuff. It's so, I mean, pain is such um, it's useful to tell you, to watch out and don't do that because you're going to break something. But, then it should just stop. It's like, okay, I got the message. Now you can stop.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh.
And it's like even if you did quit doing anything bad ever, still gonna happen eventually, you know, something
Yeah.
bad. So fun.
Well, you
So,
know what? I'm glad your husband is. Well, this sounds stupid to say I'm glad, but I'm glad he's on something like gabapentin rather than something worse, because
Yeah,
relatively, it's so much less worse than some of the other things.
yeah. I mean, that is true. That's true.
If
But
he can guide it off that, it's an easier thing to get off than a lot of the other things, much easier.
yeah, and
But
so that's what his so that's the last thing that his boss and I talked about today. He told me that he agreed to go to detox and get
mhm,
off and get off everything,
okay.
but I I don't want to get my hopes up.
well, that would be great. And the thing about that is that drug is not hard to detox from.
Yeah.
It really isn't. I mean, it's not wonderful to stop taking it, but it isn't impossible.
Yeah, I don't think
And
that
it's
one is.
and it doesn't make you sick. I mean, if you're getting off heroin, it just makes you like vomit for 10 days. And
I know the
it, it is
I
help.
know the Suboxone will be hard to get off of.
Yeah,
And
that's the one I was wondering about. What is it called again?
Suboxone,
How do you
it's like
LEVOXN?
But,
methadone.
but that's a drug they give you to, right, to detox, isn't
That's
it?
the
Or,
they give you to detox to get off of heroin.
right, it's not, that's not supposed to make you high, right?
No, not supposed to make you high. It's supposed to help you with your cravings, and it's supposed to do something with the frontal lobe of your brain to help it, like some part of it, like grow back and like help your decision making. And that's why I was like, okay, this is great. But like, I guess when people take it the first time, they can kind of feel a little something. And then every time after, you don't feel anything. But the gabapentin mixed with the Suboxone
Right.
gets them high if you take enough gabapentin. So basically, what it does is it makes you feel the opiate-ish part of the Suboxone and takes away the part that makes you um, not crave. So it cancels out everything good about it.
Man, I can't believe that they didn't know this, you
Know
know?
that? I know. I
I mean,
know.
I can believe it because
I
I've been
can't
through
freaking
the,
believe it either. My
I've been,
girlfriend is an ER nurse, and she like found some of this out, and she's like, why would, and I mean, mind you, they didn't give him the amount to take, they didn't tell him to take 60 in 3 days. But um, after knowing that he had done that, the guy JD who works there and all this should have known better than to be like, okay, well, I'll give you 3 a day. Like, no, it should have been cold turkey. Like, you're abusing these. This is obviously a bad idea, and you should have already known that there's something that occurs with the box and this. But I guess honestly, I don't know. And I think the doctors should have said like, okay, but check it out. Like, if you ever take any more than this is actually lethal. Like this lethal thing today that I read is like even worse than what I read yesterday. Like, yes, I read that they can overdose and all this, but it's extremely, extremely more deadly taken with Suboxone and way more dangerous. Like, way bad.
that's really scary.
I know. And the other night when it was this Saturday, he was so tired. And he was like foaming at the mouth.
I'm
And the
sorry, Alyssa, I'm sorry to
Oh,
interrupt.
yeah.
I'm
Oh, no.
sorry. Carolyn, Nana
Yes, ma'am.
Patty is trying to get into panel, I guess.
Oh, is she? Oh, and I can't hear it. Okay, hang on a minute.
Okay, I'm sorry,
Oh,
Alyssa, I didn't
oh,
mean
wait.
to interrupt.
I think I made somebody a co-host. Moo, do you see her trying to get in?
Wait, I'm not a
Danielle
co-host.
just left me a message saying
think-
that, to
I think
tell you that Nana Patty's on panel to let her in.
Yeah. You don't see anything on the top, Moo?
No, I
Okay.
don't think I'm a co-host. I don't have a,
I thought I did. Okay. Let me see.
oh, wait, I didn't, yes. There's a button. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Found it.
There she is.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Alyssa.
Thanks,
I'm
thanks, Davida.
there
Sorry
she
about that.
is.
Hi, Nana Patty.
I know.
Hi.
you're
Nana
trying-
Patty.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, honey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Hope you weren't waiting too long.
No, Moo had said something about wish Nana Patty was here for something, and I was like, I don't know what it was, but okay, I'll go on.
Yeah, we were talking about, using various types of things for pain relief, and I was thinking, I was talking, we were talking about,
Gabapentin,
um,
Suboxone.
the steroid. What the heck am I?
Cortisone.
Oh, yeah,
Cortisone.
cortisone shot.
And
Prednisone.
I can't remember what it is. I know you could, like if you get cortisone shots for your back or your knees
The
or something,
trigger point, like for the pain.
but you can
Well,
only do it like, wait, maybe once, twice a year, right?
Three times for your back.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
3
that's what I
times a
couldn't
year.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, only 3 times a year.
yeah.
But I mean,
It's for
3 times a year sounds good to me.
yeah,
Yeah, as long as it would last.
Yeah,
yeah.
but it just even having 3 moments to like get your, if you have a few days,
I'm like, where's my icy hot roll at? As we're talking about it, I'm like,
it's a
God, it
few more days,
hurt.
your body in shape without the pain.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know.
But, yeah, I
That
knew it was limited, but
hurt.
I didn't even think you could get 3 a year, but that's pretty cool if you can get 3.
You can. And
And what's the bad part supposed to be? It's supposed to, is it supposed to be bad on the bones or muscle?
bones.
Bones. Okay.
Now I had to have my hip replaced because my either my lupus or my steroid use caused me to get what they call avascular necrosis in my hip, and that meant that the blood supply to my hip was gone. My hip was not getting any blood to it.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
So I was at a real high risk for just walking down the street and falling because my hip broke.
Oh.
So yeah, so I had to have my hip replaced, and it was a whole big ordeal. It turned into like 4 surgeries, but
Ah,
to me, it's still better than walking down the street and having my hip break and me falling down on the ground and breaking something else too.
Mm.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah, I knew you had gone through that nightmare with the hip surgery, but I
Yeah.
didn't realize what had caused it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, lupus can cause it, and so can steroid use. And
Yeah.
I wasn't really on high doses of steroids ever, so I kind of think it was the lupus that did it, and not the
Yeah.
steroid use. If I
Mhm.
was on a long-term high dose steroids, I would think that could cause it.
That makes
But
more sense because there's a lot of people that use a ton of steroids and they don't
yeah,
have
they don't.
that happen very much.
No, they don't have their blood supply shut off to their hips,
Mm-mm.
but not normally. I mean, it's not a
No.
real common thing. But
Wow.
now I need to have both knees replaced and the other
Oh,
hip.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
no.
mhm.
Do you have
Oh,
someone to take care of you while you go through that?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
got a great
Good.
husband.
Oh, good, good, good.
Mm-hmm. So I'll be doing that this fall. I'll be doing one of my knees first.
Yeah.
It's so bad I can't hardly walk on it right now. It's
Oh,
terrible.
Ugh.
sucks.
And I'm trying to take care of my sister, and I'm up and down, trying
I
to
don't know
help take care of her.
I don't know how you're doing it, Nana Patty.
Phew. I tell you what, I come home and I lay down and I put the ice pack on and I don't move until the next day, pretty much.
I can imagine. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty worn out physically and mentally. But
Yeah.
anyway, we're talking about steroids. So you can also I'm getting a steroid injection, a long acting steroid injection in my knee this month to help me get through to the fall to have
That's
surgery.
that's what I was wondering about, because does that reduce the hugeness of your knees?
Yeah, it does help. Mm-hmm.
Because
And it's
my knees are so big that they I have long straight legs, but my
your
knees are
knees
like the size of cantaloupes.
huge.
Well, one is the size of a cantaloupe, and the other is like a large grapefruit. And so they bump together. And when I walk, I'm sure people think I'm wearing a Depends, but it's because my knees are together. I mean,
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's like my left knee is about 22 inches around,
yeah, and it's tight and it
and it's
hurts. It gets so
huge.
tight.
But I can't think, what is that? Is that bone or just swelling? I can't figure it out. It's just this huge.
Well, it's swelling, but you may have some bone fragments that are loose in your knee, and
Oh yeah, yeah. They're both filled with mice. I guess they call them joint mice. Yeah,
uh-huh.
they're filled with
Joint mice.
joint
Yeah,
mice.
What an awful thing for people to call them. Jeez.
bone, little pieces of
God,
bone.
I'd freak out.
Look at that sweet kitty. Who is that?
I
That
know
is
that's my
sweet.
Scorpio. That's
Oh,
So
my
sweet.
18-year-old. He's so sweet.
Wow,
yeah.
18.
I know.
And I
He
don't
looks
even see
great.
that
He looks like he's
He,
in good shape.
he does
he
not
is
look
in
like
really
old.
good shape. I'm hoping for 21 because my girlfriend's cat lived, one of them lived to be 21 and her son lived to be 22.
Oh, yeah, they can definitely live that long. That's for sure.
He's
When
got
they're
a little
taken
bit
care
of
of.
dementia, just like dementia. He kind of forgets where he's going sometimes and freaks out a little bit. But
Mm.
that's
But he looks
all.
bright, and his fur looks really good.
Yeah,
He's
he's
still green,
he's
right?
skinny. Yeah, he still grooms. He's a lot thinner than he used to be, but it's just more his mind. I mean, Midnight wasn't even able to get up on the bed without, I had to get steps and a like a ramp too for her for years
Oh,
before she passed, and he's still going pretty good.
yeah. One of mine that I lost last April was, she made it to 17 and her sister made it to 18. But they were both, they had the one that died last year. She had dementia. She wasn't unhappy, but she was very confused. And
And you could tell.
oh yeah, she was. It was hard to explain, but she had dementia and she couldn't see, but she knew where she was going, and she ate well right up to the end. And
Yeah, because like the last vet that I got, like nobody diagnosed him with it, but that's what that's just what we think that he has because of the way he is. Like he'll just walk around and be like meow 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 and act like he doesn't know where he's at.
yeah,
And then
that's how my
yeah,
little one was last year. She was very
yeah,
confused.
yeah.
She'd walk up and press her head against my ankle and
Mm-hmm.
keep pushing, like if I push hard enough, you'll get out of the way.
Right. Or sometimes when he's in the kitchen, I'll be like, I have to talk him through it. Like, come on, Scorpio. Like, don't stop talking. Like, lead him the way. Because if I stop talking, he'll look at something else and then he'll forget where he is again. And then he'll come run and then he's okay. It's like,
Yeah, well, he
my
looks really good.
buddy.
He looks good. If Scooter were here, she could see her cat, but she doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
See that orange cat? That's cat is Scooter's son.
Oh.
Fry, has Scooter abandoned you? Look at him listening to me.
Fry has two mothers. Fry's got two mamas.
That's
Oh,
right. Actually, he has three because is that Pete there? Peter, see the black cat there?
oh
That the biter.
yeah.
That's Peter. Pete is the old, now that my two old ladies passed away, the 17, 18, at 17, 18. Peter is now the senior.
Oh,
He'll be 10 years old this September, I guess.
That was
wow.
He raised all the others. He was the mom. They were all rescues, and when they came in, he'd roll his eyes and say, "Oh God, you brought another one home." And then he'd raise them. He was just like their
Oh,
mom.
that's so sweet.
Now, is Peter the biting cat or is that the sweet cat?
No, Peter is the sweet. He's just a big.
Okay.
And Milo is, he means well, but he can't. He has to bite people. It's just part of. That's just the way it is. So, but he's here in this space, so he knows I'm not going to take him away for biting people. I mean, he only bites. He only bites me if I eat in front of him. So it's not like he bites me every day.
Yeah, this one, Scorpio, I got him when he was 6 weeks old, and
Oh,
he's never bitten a person ever. And
I've
he
never had that's a bit, never until Milo came along.
both my black cats have bitten me many of times.
Really?
And yes, and they both growled.
Oh, that's so
Um,
funny.
it's so funny. They've just been like both the same, and he's been just different.
How many cats do you have, Alyssa?
I have two, but I used to have, well, so I have Scorpio, and it was Midnight before, and then I believe that Midnight is reincarnated as Macy.
Oh, she's really gorgeous.
Thank you. Yeah, they totally, it's totally her reincarnated, totally. I'm like, I know everybody's, probably think she's delusional, but it's like the people that really know those
No,
cats are like,
know what
that's
you
so
mean.
weird. Yeah, I mean, I didn't believe in that. Like, I was just like, no way, no way. And I was just like, okay, this is kind of
No, I know what you mean.
just really weird.
It was funny because I had my cat who he doesn't show up on the camera very often, but that's the one Rocket Sparkle. He weighs when I got here, he still weighed 20 pounds, but I think he may have slimmed down a little. But he's a big cat, he's about 19, 20 pounds. But he was,
That's a big cat. Is Maine Coon?
huh?
Is that a Maine Coon?
No, he's not a Maine Coon. When I got him, he was just this little, he was born in a sewer.
Oh
And
my
I know,
gosh.
terrible. And they were all rescued from the sewer, but all of his siblings died. And I think they rescued, the mother survived, but I think they were feral. And he was nearly dead. And when I met him, he was on a cage on the street in front of Petco. They had these adoptions. And I saw this little gray cat. I have a photo of him. I'll have to dig it out. But he was, his tail was bare like a possum. It was completely bare because of the urine burns. He was sort of in a
Oh
puddle,
my gosh.
and they were just found in a sewer. I think they could hear them, through the drain or something, and they dug them out.
Oh
And little Rocket Sparkle was, he was covered in sores, and nobody wanted him. I mean, he was so sick. And I saw him on the street, and I said, well, what's wrong with this little kitten? He was so little, he was like 6, 8 weeks, maybe 8 weeks when I saw him. And he was so, he looked like he'd been burned. And the naked tail was so weird. And they said, well, it's urine scalding, and it causes sores. And
Oh my
he was so
gosh.
terrible looking, and nobody wanted him. And I had to go ask my daughter's permission if I could bring home another cat. And I thought, nobody's ever going to adopt this poor little guy. He was so little, and he was so sick. And so when he was well enough, I brought him home. And then he just grew into this massive, he's so big.
Wow.
He's huge. But the thing was, when the 2 cats that I'd had before, who lived, long lives, and they, passed away in their teens, and they were polydactyls.
Oh
And
yeah, with the hands.
yes, and they
My
would have,
boss's cat has that. I just
oh,
learned about those.
they're amazing, and they know how to use their thumbs, believe me. And
Do they? I
yes,
haven't seen
oh
her
my,
use it yet.
they know how,
Oh my gosh,
and
that's so funny. I can't
I
wait to see.
I'd had these 2 sisters with their little thumbs, and they lived long lives. We were so heartbroken when they died. And one of them was this gray. There were
Oh,
tabbies. One was gray and one was brown tabby. They're just beautiful, beautiful, lovely little girls. And so when we ended up my kids got them when my little one was 6, and now she's 31. But when Gray Cat, they ended up,
31.
now she's 30. No, my daughter's 31.
Oh,
But the cat,
I was like,
no,
that's in it, like Guinness Book of World Records.
no, they lived.
Okay.
They lived into their late teens, so they were with us for a
Yeah,
while. But
yeah.
it was such a loss, and
Oh God,
and
yeah.
when Gray Cat, we had called her Gray Cat and Brown Cat, because how kids are. I mean, you give cats names and nothing ever sticks.
I
And
know.
so it would be always, which cat? And it was the brown one.
Yeah.
The gray, and it was like a joke. So it was like they ended up being Brown Cat and Gray Cat
Yeah.
the rest of their lives, even though they had real names. But when poor old Gray Cat finally passed away, they were the best cat.
Oh,
We were so heartbroken. And when I
what a part
saw
of the family.
little Rocket Sparkle, he was in this cage, and he's this gray tabby, like Gray
Yeah.
Cat. And I said, well, can I hold him? And because I was really getting attached to this cat.
Yeah.
I just didn't think anybody would take him because he was so sick, and it's so hard to get cats adopted anyway. So they let me
Yeah.
hold him, and he has thumbs. And then I knew
Oh.
he was mine.
Oh.
And Pete, I don't know if you can see Pete, but Pete Cooperative. Look at Peter's
Let me
hand.
see if I can make your picture big. Oh, oh my gosh.
He has the world's biggest thumbs.
I see them.
Anyway, Pete has thumbs, and Fry has thumbs.
Oh my gosh.
And when I saw they named the kittens, as I said, they all ended up dying, which isn't a happy story, but because they were born in a sewer, they always named the kittens that were rescued with a theme. And so these were the honeymooner cats. And they were named after the honeymooners because not Ralph, but Norton worked for the sewage treatment plant, and I can't remember. I mean, that show's so old, even for someone my age. But in the Honeymooners, Jackie Gleason played Cramden, and then what's his name? I can't remember anybody.
Ed Norton. Ed Norton.
Yeah,
I
Ed
mean, no. What was his name? That was his name on the show, right?
yeah, on the
But
show
what was
he
his
was
name?
Ed Norton.
Art Carney.
Art Carney, yes. So these kittens were all named after the Honeymooners, even though only Art Carney, I mean,
Cute.
Norton worked in the sewers, but they were named because of the sewers. So Ralph
Oh.
Sparkle's his real name was Ralphie. And because he was named after Ralph Cramden. And then there was Trixie, Ralphie, Ralph, and Ed. I mean, they called him Norton, and then I forget what the other two. I guess one was, but they all died. It was so sad. But I ended up with Ralphie. But one of the first loves of my life was named Ralph, and I was sort of like, I couldn't. It was just too weird for me. But I brought home little Ralphie, and then he had other names. But then with children, these ridiculous names stick. And my fully grown older daughter said, "Well, he looks like a rocket sparkle to me."
Rocket
Said it as
Sparkle.
a joke, but then it stuck. But anyway, when I saw Rocket Sparkle's thumbs, I knew he was like, I felt as if Ray Cat had sent him to me.
Yeah, that is so original. I don't know if a lot of any other people seen cats, the pterodactyl cats like that.
I don't know, but this is 5 of them for me now, but I've seen a lot of them. I actually have seen a lot of them.
I hadn't since this new job out here my whole life. And I'm 40, and I just told, let's see, how many people have I told about this cat and these thumbs? I've told about 10 people
Have they heard of it?
around my age. Around my age, none of them have heard of him.
That's so funny.
No one's heard of him.
Maybe it's regional. Maybe it's certain. Maybe there are a lot more of them in New York or something.
Maybe because I know my boss, they're from Massachusetts, and that's where they got the cat from.
Yeah,
From Massachusetts.
yeah, it could be something regional because a
So
lot of they're sometimes called Hemingway cats because Ernest Hemingway had the Ernest Hemingway Museum, and forgive my stupidity, I can't remember now whether it's in Cuba or in the Florida Keys, because I think he had homes in both. But for some reason, I'm thinking it's in Cuba. But there's an Ernest Hemingway house that he loved and lived in, one of his houses. And he had all these polydactyl cats. And
really,
yeah, and it's genetic. So they kept having, meeting each other and hanging out together and having more polydactyl cats.
that's
And
so cool.
so even now, if you go to the Hemingway house, and I can't remember where it is, there probably, I don't know, there's something like 30 or 40 cats that are all descended from Ernest Hemingway. It's at his house, that's a museum now. But it's got all of these polydactyl cats. It's so cool. I've always wanted to go there.
Yeah, that's so neat.
But they're really neat cats, and they really do know how to grab stuff.
Yeah, I've never seen them actually use them.
Oh my gosh, Gray Cat used to she had really good thumb structure because her thumbs were very usable. Some of them, like Peter, his thumbs are big, but he doesn't have the kind of gripping ability that Gray Cat had. And she used to pick stuff up and put it in her mouth, with her hands. She just had hands, and it was really funny. And
I have long toes, and my husband always made fun of me because I have longer, just long toes, and I can pick up things with them. I'm like, well, I can do things with them, and I mean, they're just like a big joke. 'Cause everybody has like short toes
No,
with my
I
toes.
have,
Like,
I can do the same. I have long toes too.
do
Me
you?
too.
Yes, and I can pick up
I
things
bet
with them
mine are
too.
longer.
I doubt it very much.
Oh
No,
my gosh, I've
no.
got long toes too. And my
Me
brother and I,
too.
my, do you? My brother and I we learned how to write with our toes because they're so long.
I
that
can
we-
do the finger with mine.
Is your second toe considerably longer than your thumb toe? The
Yeah.
big toe?
Yeah,
Yeah, mine too. Yeah.
but I can do the middle finger, like the middle toe too.
Yeah,
Like,
I can't do that. I can't do that.
but I can also like just pick anything up. Like, yeah.
Moo.
I mean, they're long. But you
Yeah.
know what I always say? I'm like, you know what? Long models have long toes too.
It's true.
And then they always say the second toe, the long toe, that means the woman is in charge.
Yep.
The
So
woman is
Hey,
what?
Moo, have you
Oh.
ever been to that Hemingway house in Key West, Florida?
Oh, I wish. Oh man, I would love to go. I might take
Yeah.
a trip down there. I mean, I'm way up near. I'm up in the Northeast, and I'm not a. I'm like a 2-hour drive from Savannah, Georgia, or I do like
Ah.
that's like a cool city, but I'm like way up near Georgia. I can get to Georgia in like an hour. So I'm way
Oh,
up
wow.
north, but I'd love to go down now that I can get around more and drive
Mhm.
the distances. I'm thinking of doing road trips with my kids. I wouldn't go alone.
You want to go where?
I wouldn't want to go by myself. I don't feel like
No.
but if I went with them, because they live here in St. Augustine too, my younger daughter and my son-in-law and the grandbaby. So, but we were thinking of taking a road trip, but I'd love to go to Hemingway. So there's one in Key West then. Not
Yeah.
because I was sure there was something in Cuba, but I'm not getting there in the near future. So, but if I could get to Key West, that's really cool.
Yeah. We've been there, but we did not go inside the Hemingway house. But we did walk around on the grounds and lots of different things about the cats to look at and read. And
so cool.
pretty neat.
Cool.
If you
Yeah.
guys go, please video or
I doubt
upload
if I'll,
something.
I doubt if
I
I'll
gotta
be
see
going
some of this.
anytime soon. I doubt it.
Yeah, that's what I'm not sure if I can, but I mean, because I have these problems with my knees and my back and living out my, but the thing is, when you look at it as a possibility, you reach for it.
Yeah.
So that I'm just going to reach for that one.
Yeah. Key West is pretty neat too.
Yeah, I would love to go. I would love to.
Mm-hmm. It's a neat place.
It's funny because Florida is so. It's getting places. People are so nice.
Yeah.
Key West is in Florida.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like horrible at geography.
Is what in Florida?
Key
I
West.
was on, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's way down it's way down at the
South.
bottom. And it's down at the tip, like as far down as you can go. And
Isn't it the furthest, the southernmost point of the United States?
oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A little
So
bit of
I
history.
know the kids I watch, well, the little girl I never watched, only watched her 3 times, but the little girl, when I did watch her, she said, we have family in Florida. We want to go to Florida again. And she just kept talking about Florida.
How old is the little girl?
8.
So that's a big space, huh, between the kids?
Yes. And
that's
you
like
know,
your family, Carolyn.
Yeah.
yeah, it was a big space. And well, when I first met her for the interview, she told me, we were talking about, when we got married or whatnot. And obviously I didn't tell her that we got divorced because I just said I'm married and we're together because sometimes when you're a nanny and you're around the same age and you don't want them thinking like you're after their husband or some weird stuff like that. So anyway, I was like, yeah, we've been married for since 2008, which is the truth. But anyway, she was like, oh yeah, we've been married for 4 years, but they had the 8-year-old and then they had the new baby. And so I always thought that the 8-year-old wasn't his.
Well, it might be hers from another marriage.
That's what I always thought,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
But it's not.
It's his, huh? They just
That's
weren't
right.
married.
So I was like, okay, I figured that out later, but I mean, not that it matters. Like, okay, they weren't married, but I don't know. I just didn't think it.
They might have been trying in between. I mean, sometimes people, they'll have a baby and then they have problems having one for years and then
Mhm.
boom.
Well, so then what happened too is the other day I was like, I was just venting to her about how ridiculous the pharmacy is over here because I was trying to pick up his stuff and just how everything is just a royal pain. And so she was like, yeah, and then just even getting providers. And I was like, yeah, and my other doctor out here already. Anyway, we're just venting. And then she was like, I mean, I didn't even know I was pregnant till 5 or 6 months. And I was like, are you serious? She was like, I didn't even know I was pregnant until 5 or 6 months because of the horrible care that I got out here. She's like, it was just awful. She goes, I was bleeding. As I said, you're on your period. But I'm like, no, I know I'm not on my period. Isn't that awful?
Mhm.
I think they really were done with having kids because even they're always like, we would have never gotten Rio, the dog. Like
Mhm.
they always say it like dead
Right.
serious, like we would have never gotten this dog had we known we were gonna have another baby. Like they're just like we would have never, and it's like, okay, I get it. It wasn't planned. Like, okay,
Maybe she thought they couldn't have more. It's
yeah.
weird because my oldest brother's 7 years older than I am, and he and my sister-in-law, when they were before they got married, whatever, she had a 12-year-old son, and
Mhm.
she said she could never have any other kids, and she never had any other kids. And she never practiced birth control either, but she'd had some kind of problems that left her tubes like useless. So she never had any more children. And my brother, when they got married, he didn't think he would ever have children because he married a woman that couldn't have any more children. And then lo and behold, she suddenly popped up pregnant. I mean, you never saw two such surprised people. So I think
Wow.
I can't remember. I mean, my nieces, I mean, this was a zillion years ago because my niece is like already 46. But her brother is,
Wow.
I think her brother is like 15, 16, 17 years older. Scott, I can't remember how old he is, but I mean, talk about
You couldn't have before, and then all of a sudden at that age.
yes, she had all these years of never practicing birth control and believing she was, not able to have more children. And then she pops up with my niece. So that was
I wonder
How
if
old? How old was she?
she was,
46.
man, I've got to go back in time. She was born in 1938. What do you think this is?
I wonder if she was taking
Okay,
any
so
Mucinex.
she was only 36. Well, I say only because I was 39 when I had my second, but she was in her late 30s, but she had Scott when she was young. So he's 15 or 17 years old. I can't remember how old he is. But he's 15 to 17 years older than my niece, who was born in 1974.
Why did I think that you said, I don't know why I thought 46. Where did I
Why,
get
what?
that number? I don't know why I thought 46.
I think she said because her niece is 46 now or something.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, my
Okay, I
niece
got
is
confused.
was born in 74. So, I mean, I can't believe it. Time just flies by. So her brother's already, on AARP. But, I mean, nobody was more surprised than my sister-in-law to be a mother after all those years, to be, a pregnant mom again.
Mhm.
So, it's not that she was so very old, it's just that it had been so long since she had a baby. But
Yeah.
but
My
that's like the
girlfriend,
same gap between you and your oldest brother, right, Carolyn? So like 17
22
years?
years. 22
Oh,
years.
22 years. Oh my
Yeah, he
God.
was going into law school when I was born.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yep.
what was it, on purpose or?
Yeah, my mother would say, we wouldn't have taken a chance if we didn't, if we weren't open to it. She's like,
Right. Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, like my girlfriend, well, this is weird, but she tried to get pregnant with her ex-husband, and and they were younger 20s, and actually, well, she was younger, he was mid, and it gotten to the point to where he had to, go to the doctor and um, put his stuff in the bag, or however you want to call it. And then, she'd have, I don't even know how to say it in a proper way. Basically, had to choose the bag, and she had to have put in her. And yeah, to try and get pregnant. And that was not working. Her cervix was like tilted. And I guess he had lower active sperm. But
Mhm.
then when they broke up, she got pregnant immediately, and he got somebody else pregnant immediately.
Huh.
And the only thing different that she did was she had Mucinex.
Mucinex.
And yeah, she had some Mucinex pills.
You mean
The
for,
pills, the medication.
Yeah.
for whatever. Phlegm?
Yeah, yeah. And
Whoa.
apparently that's like, it really makes it easy for you to get pregnant.
I didn't know that.
Neither did
Yeah.
I.
Yeah. So
You know what that's not like because there's some kind of pill that if you take it, it stops your birth control, but that's antibiotics or something, isn't it?
they say that, but you really have to have a lot of antibiotics, and it has to be like super strong. Like basically, no. Like you can take antibiotics. That's really not gonna ruin your
Well,
birth
they tell you
control.
to use a different birth control whenever you're on antibiotics. You should use something extra.
Yeah, they say that, but I think it's super rare. It could.
As
happen.
Alyssa comes and says she's pregnant because she was taking antibiotics.
Oh no. Well, we're not on sex, so that wouldn't be happening.
That happened with my aunt and uncle. They divorced. They tried for years to have children together, and they ended up divorcing, and she married somebody else and had 2 sons, and he married another woman and had a daughter. And then they all ended up getting a
Crazy.
divorce, and my aunt and uncle got remarried.
Oh my gosh.
And did they
Yeah.
have, but no more
Huh?
kids, right? No more
No more
kids.
kids. No more
Right.
kids.
Wow, that's
Nope.
kind of crazy. It's like maybe they were meant to have children, but be
There's
together.
something weird. They stayed together
That's
till
a
she
trip.
passed away, and he never remarried. And of course he passed away.
Wow.
Uh,
But yeah.
It's so nice though when people find each other late in life. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Like
it's
super late, like when they're done BSing.
yeah. I mean, there's something to be said for that. You know,
Oh yeah.
nice
Like you
to
must have
be.
something special.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, there's something to be said. A friend of mine from high school, it's one of the few people I still know from high school, who's actually still alive. But she got married. She's a year older than I am. I'm ancient. She's 71 and I'm 70. And she got married. It was sort of like odd to me because none of us got married at 18, like in the school where I was going to school. It was sort of like people tended to be from older parents and they tended to go off and not get married quite that young and stuff. So she was unusual in that way because she just got married, right? She was still like, I don't even know. Oh, I guess they waited until she graduated from high school and then she just got married immediately and had babies. And I was sort of like, I didn't think I would ever have kids. I didn't plan to. And I thought, wow, she's only 18 and here she is, she's going to be tied down and she never got to live. And then I realized later she did it the right way because she had these kids so young and she had 3 daughters.
Mm-hmm.
She had them young and I mean, then she got to have all this freedom at a really young age. And she got to really enjoy hanging out with her kids because she was young and healthy and her kids were, it was just great. And I mean, they're still hanging out, but it's just so much. I just thought, wow, she really did it the right way. And I didn't have, I didn't have mine. My youngest, as I said, I was like pushing 40. And it's hard now because I have these cute little grandchildren and I'm so decrepit, it's embarrassing. And I think my friend who did it young had the right idea. But I
I don't
mean,
know, Moo. I did that. I had my son young, and I thought, well, we'll be able to enjoy life as we get older together, and have fun and be friends and all that. And nope, didn't happen because I got sick. So it's like, well, that blew that.
yeah, I know. Well, see, that's
How
the
old were
thing.
you
Huh?
when you had your son? How old?
18. Yep, I was 18.
Oh, and then you went on to go to nursing school anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that picture of you. That's just cool. That you look so beautiful with your big smile. Oh, I love that photo.
Thank you.
Just beautiful.
30 years old. 30-year-old picture now.
That's great.
No,
Yeah,
They
it's
have,
you're not 60 years old.
well, no, but I've been a nurse for 30 years.
Oh,
that's really
So,
yeah. That's the thing was I didn't. I had to go to work, young because my parents were both in wheelchairs, and I mean, I couldn't go to college, and I had to go to work. And didn't go to college for years. I went part time, but I couldn't really finish because I was working all the time. And then I went to work for Citicorp, and they paid my college, so I was able to finish college and have them pay my tuition, which was pretty miraculous. But
uh-huh.
I
Nice.
didn't get. It's like Carolyn was saying, you know, I was older when I finally, was able to finish college, and then I went back for more college, and changed careers, and then into computers and all that stuff. But it's amazing because I didn't think I would ever go to college. My brothers, they never finished college. We all had to work, and
Yeah.
when you're working, there's not a whole lot of incentive to finish. Well, in those days,
School.
back in those days, there was not much incentive to finish because you're already getting paid more than if you quit to go to you know what I'm saying? It
Oh
didn't make-
yeah, right. Yeah. I got lucky. I went to work at the hospital and I did 16 hours on Saturday and 16 hours on Sunday. And then I did nursing school and regular classes 5 days a week. So for
Oh,
two,
yeah, exactly. See, that's how it's amazing because that's how we all did that stuff.
yeah, it's like 2 years of like never having time off.
Yeah, yeah,
It was insane.
it is.
Working 7 days a week.
Yep. Yeah, I remember I was working I had to go to community college to start out. And then
Me
I got
too.
yeah, well, I mean there's nothing wrong with that. It's great. It really
Yeah.
makes sense. And I had to go to community college and I had a lot of trouble learning disabilities. So it wasn't that easy, but it wasn't as hard as high school because in college you can learn it's easier to learn the way you need to learn, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing was, I had so much trouble in high school, I couldn't even get into a good college. I had to go to a community college first. And then I was able to do well enough. And then I got into Catholic University in Washington, D.C. And it was like such a prize. I was so proud. I was like, how could I get into Catholic University? Because it's a really good institution. And they took me conditionally because
Mm-hmm.
I was, my high school grades were so terrible that, they took me on conditions. So I was going to Catholic University, and it was way up on Capitol Hill. And north of Capitol Hill in DC, and I lived in Virginia. And I was taking anatomy, and it's good old serious anatomy, what you take, like if you're going to nursing or medical
Mm-hmm.
school, you're actually dissecting and stuff.
You
And
did cadaver?
yeah, well, Catholic University was, as a Catholic institution, that particular institution didn't use human cadavers.
They did.
I did go to Georgetown, which is also Catholic. They did use human cadavers, but Catholic University didn't. They used
Did not.
They did not.
Oh.
Their
Did you have
policy.
to do a cat?
Yes, I did, and that's how I got into lifetime cat rescue. It started because
Oh,
of having to dissect dear little cats. And I went
oh,
into cat rescue because of that.
that's
Mm.
amazing.
But the thing was, when I was at Catholic, I had to
Oh,
in the anatomy lab at 7:30 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to come all the way from north, from I was in Arlington, Virginia. I had to drive all the way north of Capitol to North Capitol, way up above north of the Capitol, which is quite a long drive, and to be at anatomy lab by 7:30 in the morning. So it was a really tough college, full time. And then when I got out of college, I had to drive to Southwest Washington, where I worked as a waitress. And I didn't get out like 2 in the morning. And then I also worked in other hours. I was working at a camera store. So I was working or going to school. Working 2 jobs and going to school 7 days a week and doing everything but sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
oh,
That's how, that's sort of how you have to do stuff. But,
Yep.
I did burn out. That was impossible. It was just impossible.
Yeah.
But
After,
that you did it too. It's just,
yeah, when I finished, I was like, I can't go back to school. I'm done. I'm
yeah.
done with school.
Oh,
I'm so tired of it.
yeah. But,
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I did those 16s on Saturday and Sunday. And then one summer we took a 6-week course that we had to drive from Oklahoma to Texas for. So it was a 2-hour drive one
Oh
way.
my gosh.
And we had an 8 a.m. lab we had to be there for microbiology.
Oh,
And it was 4 days a week. Maybe it was just a
Oh
month. Maybe it was
gosh.
a month. Yeah, it was 4 days a week. We had to drive to Texas. It was 2 hours
isn't
one
that,
way.
isn't it amazing what you can do when you're young?
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh my,
yeah.
you know, when I think of that, it's just, I can't even believe it. And I mean, in those days, I never took drugs in my life until this debacle a few years ago. I mean, I avoided everything. I didn't drink alcohol I didn't drink alcohol till I was in my 30s. I didn't drink, I didn't take drugs, and everybody was hippies, but I didn't. I'd go to parties and everybody'd be getting stoned and stuff. I'd be sipping Coca-Cola and eating everybody's nachos. I just ate and drank Coca-Cola. And I mean, the only thing I ever did was drink a lot of Coca-Cola to stay
Mhm.
awake. And that was it. That was my drug. And then I'd sleep, I could sleep forever.
yeah.
And I mean, it was so cool to just be able to, like, it wasn't cool to have to work that hard.
No.
In the old days, remember, you could, like, stay
And even like
late.
being that young, I remember thinking like, oh, I'm so tired. Like you'd feel so tired and like, oh man, so tired. I don't want to get up right now.
Yeah.
And then like you do your day and then you'd even like go to a party after and then like, okay, well, all right, and then we'll do the same thing tomorrow night. And it's like,
Yeah. How do we do it?
how did we ever do that?
I know. It's amazing.
And then
We had
before
young
the party, it's like,
bodies.
okay, let me go get my nails done too. And then I'm gonna go need to like go to the tanning booth. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm
Oh,
not doing any of them.
yeah. I don't know how. I mean, I don't know. And
And I
then
used to be enthused to do excited for it even. I'm
well,
like,
the big problem
what?
was I could never stay awake during the day. And to this day, I can't. I
I'm
can't.
so much more of a night person too. I'm
I
so
just,
tired during the day.
man, I see the sunrise and man, nothing puts me to sleep faster than the sunrise. Like, oh, okay, good night. And
Me
I
too.
never, my
I think.
whole life, all those years, going to that anatomy lab that early, having day jobs, it was
Yeah,
torture.
and I hate when
But I
Mhm.
people are
never,
like,
never changed, never
when
changed.
people are like, if you just do your own schedule for like 30 days, you'll change. And it's like, that's just not true.
It's not.
It's not. I know, and I've seen studies, like, I'm not a doctor, but I have heard that, like in your DNA and stuff, like night owls, there's like a real thing to it.
Oh, there definitely is.
There totally is, because you can't tell me, because I've definitely done more than 30 days of having that schedule. And it's just, it doesn't, like, how am I like this at night right now? And how am I not like this at, you know, in the morning? Why do
It's
I feel like
weird. I
don't even
mean,
talk to me in the morning, like, and for hours and hours, like, and I don't even want to speak. You know what I mean? Like, but then the night comes, I'm like, oh, like,
oh boy, the nightfall, man, that's when everything comes alive. I mean, physically for me. And the thing is, you can adapt. I mean, I had to work at Citicorp. It's City Group. I don't know what they call it now, but it used to be Citicorp when I worked there. But you had, I think we had
you
to be
can
like
adapt, but it
8.
doesn't, you don't feel alive.
Oh no, but you adapt. You just do it, and then we have at banks they give you a lot of vacation, and then they force you have to take at least 2 weeks in a row, once a year. So it's hard in those days, anyways, to spot
Hmm.
embedded patterns that you couldn't take your days like scattered across the calendar. You had to take a chunk of 2 weeks. You'd have 6 weeks off of paid vacation, but you had to take 2 of those weeks in a row. And that was how they could spot embezzling patterns. So
Oh,
whenever I had to take my 2-week chunk, because I really prefer not to take chunks, I wasn't going anywhere, and I'd rather just take days off,
yeah.
But during the 2-week chunks, within, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, I would be back. I would not be able to go to sleep until 3, 4 in the morning. All
Right.
it took was a few days. And at the end of the 2 weeks, it was like almost irreversible. When I
Exactly.
would be back in the office at 8 in the morning, it's like, oh no, shoot me. I can't take
Exactly. I know.
Oh God. And I have one of my daughters is a born night owl, my older daughter. She was born that way. She's never changed. She married another night owl. And so we were like always on schedule together. We're always, you know, doing this night owl thing. And then my second daughter is like my brother, who was an outlier. We were all night people except my middle brother, and he's like wakes up at 5 in the morning and ready for bed, and no one could figure out where he came from. I mean, in my family was like
Like
that.
you got switched at birth.
Right. And then I gave birth to a little person like that. And unfortunately,
Funny.
it's my Florida daughter. And she's going crazy because she lives like 7, 8 miles away. And she wants to come over. And I said, well, you can come over, but I can't, let yourself in. I mean, I'm going to be dead. And
Yeah.
I can't wake up. I mean, I've been working on
No.
it's all I can do is I've been able to get up like sometimes I can get up like 3.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like on my days off too, it's like, I mean, I'm not doing a thing until 3 ever on my days off. Like you've got to be crazy if you think I'm gonna be anywhere before 3 on one of
Well,
my days off.
you can come hang out at my house. Well,
Like, I mean, I just think that should be like the rules for everybody. Like that's
Me
just
too.
etiquette. That should just be normal etiquette. Like if you just
I,
rude.
I want to come hang out. Move. I'll come hang out too. We can party
Right?
all. We'll party all night and
yeah,
and sleep
Exactly.
all day.
yeah,
Yep.
come here, Nana
Mhm.
Patty.
Okay.
Yep. You guys can come here too. I've got the blackout curtains. It's
Yeah,
just nice. Just yep.
it's so funny because I see this thing. It's actually a torn rag, but it's a piece of old black silk.
Oh yeah.
I just have I have these things, I just tore them into pieces that I could lay across my eyes.
Oh
And
yeah.
because otherwise it's very disturbing. I mean, to have the sun like having the nerve to pour in on your face all day long when you're trying to sleep.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I have this thing across my face, and poor
Mm-hmm.
little Fry, the orange cat,
Uh-huh.
every now and then he just really wants company when I mean,
Oh,
they have plenty of company. We're hanging out together all the time. But every now
so
and then he wants company during the day. And he comes over with those big thumbs of his. And he's like meowing in my eye
oh,
and using his hands to pull that thing off my eyes.
so cute.
But I'll tell you, these things can really help you sleep, through all that silly sunlight.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I mean these are pretty great. They're you know, they look light, but then they got the dark underneath. Or they're thick. No, I guess they don't have the dark underneath, but
Yeah,
they're
cool.
super thick. Yeah. And so you can't see anything, but if one of my babies is trying to like go through and open one of them on the side, then I will like take off one of my pillowcases and just throw it over my eyes, like leave me alone. And then,
Yeah, I had
the-
that problem back in the city.
uh,
They'd pull open the curtain and I'd just bolt awake.
oh,
The light pouring in, because I had blackout curtains there. So,
oh yeah, yeah.
but
And then
after
it's
that,
funny,
just
but
did that.
this little girl, my little baby.
Now I just leave these. I have this the two windows in the French doors, and I just open them at dawn because I'm still up at dawn, and the sun can come in and pour in all at once, and the cats are happy. The place is full of light, and I
Those
can't
are
sleep
so
because
cool.
I just have that black thing over my eyes, and the sun doesn't bother me.
Oh, that's great. So
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah,
The
it's
cats
really,
probably love that.
it's really
That's
nice,
so nice.
really pretty. And then when I
Yeah.
do wake up, it's nice to look out there. It's very pretty.
My bedroom's set up for a vampire.
You're black curtain.
That's the
Yep.
best way.
Yeah, they're not blackout per se, but they are blackout. So they're real heavy
Yeah.
and real dark.
Oh, that's great. I'm so glad to
Mhm.
meet nice people.
Right?
Mhm. Definitely. When the
Yep.
sun
I'll
comes
tell you,
up, I'm ready to go to
Carol,
bed.
Carol, still there?
Well, I'm here.
Every time you make these motions to happily wake up and function like a day person,
Yeah.
I bet you like 20,000 people begin to shake in fear. Oh, we're all vampires, and we're like, oh no, what are we gonna do? It was like when you were on with Lisa D that day, the other day, and
Right.
Davida and I are like, God, we gotta go to bed. But I feel bad, Karen. If you lived all by yourself, would you
Mhm.
would you be living as a day person or a night person? If you were
Night.
anybody,
I've always been a night person, like you said, like your daughter. I remember being a little kid and being up with my mother watching the Tonight Show and stuff.
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay, so you were born that way.
I was born that way. Yeah.
Well, I think there's a place for us in the world. I don't think the world has been very fair to night people, though.
No, they're not.
No, they always make. You know what they say about night people? Like it in any business seminar you go to, like they always think every business runs 9 to 5. So okay, if you're not up by 6 in the morning and you're not having these, whatever your phone calls and stuff done by 9, you'll never be successful.
Right.
All that stuff. But there's a lot of other businesses that don't run that way. you
Right.
know?
And they
Uh-huh.
make it sound like, you're doing something wrong or it's your fault.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Or that
like
the only way you can be successful. And
Exactly.
when I worked, of course I was a morning person like everybody else and got up and I had to get my kids up for school and all
Right.
that stuff. But
You'll
the way
conform,
they
but
just say it, like they say it as an absolute. And I would be in there, I would be going them, but they would say, like, if you are up at this time and you have this done, you're going to be so successful. Okay, of course, but that's based on that type of business,
Right.
Right, right.
What about somebody that has a business of nightclubs or
Right.
I mean, so not every business runs
So
like
they're
that. I
not
just get so angry that they would just say that like that was the key to everything. It's just that this
that
time,
kind of
yes.
thing just drives me up a
Yeah,
freaking wall.
that's absolute rubbish. That's just
And
so,
what about nurses that work the night shift, that work
Right.
overnights and they're
Doctors that work the night
not
shift.
everybody's life is just that. So yeah, it just was weird
No.
that they would always say that.
I got by. I mean, I had the only way I got into my own apartment, where I could afford to leave home and get my own apartment. I worked in a place that was open, until 2, 3 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I worked the night shift, and I didn't go to bed until the sun was coming up.
Yeah, and you,
I had
right, and
a bunch of money. I made more than my friends made, who, you know, were doing these day jobs. I was making much more in food service I mean, it's not that I wanted to do that for the rest of my life, but it was
Mhm.
better. It was more
Oh,
humane.
yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, for sure.
Be able to work at
Right,
night.
and musicians, you know, like people,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they're sleeping until, you know, later, and they're playing all night or whatever, and you know, I mean, there's a lot of things, and they just made it sound like, oh gosh, like there was no life after 8 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
You should just be in bed and be ready to get up at 5 in the morning, and
Yeah.
acted like, you know, nothing good could happen after the 8 o'clock at night.
Right. And
You
if
could
you
never
don't
make a
do
business
that,
deal.
then
You
you're
could
gonna,
never have,
yeah.
and you know, and it just drove me crazy because I'm saying, okay, so you think nothing happens after 8 o'clock? You know, it can only happen in the morning. I'm just thinking about this on the way home one day. I just said, you know, how come it's just it's in the morning? You know, that's it. That's all they say is the morning. If you miss the morning, you're gonna miss your
Yeah.
whole day. You're not gonna have any. You know, they just make it sound like your whole life is over if you're not up an early riser every single morning.
I remember going to high school and it being so freaking early. And, you know, we'd have to drag our backpacks and all this, you know, all the way at the bottom of the school, all the way up the school. And it was so early all the time. We're so freaking tired. And I remember having an older boyfriend and he had a night job. And I was
Mhm.
like, you can have a night job and like work and be a grown up like that, you can actually do that, that's a real thing. And he was like, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, what, like,
Right. And
where
now
do I
so many
sign up?
people, you know, have even like the podcasts or blogs and stuff, and then they can
Oh
do
yeah,
business without any time they want, you know,
some
it's
of
not
the best paying jobs are at night.
whatever floats their boat. They don't have, it's just, I don't know. It's just so conditioned that the only way is with the one way. And I just hate
A
when I
lot
see
of people think like that.
Yeah, you know, one of the things
Yeah.
where I was kind of lucky with my last job. I mean, it certainly, I ran into a boss from hell, but there were things about my job that made it possible for me to, you know, stay there for 20 years and be able to retire at all. And
Mhm.
one of those things was that for the most part, I had had good bosses, one in particular, who he didn't care when I worked. He didn't
Right.
care. And I didn't have to be in the office. I could work remotely. It didn't
Mhm.
matter. I could have been in a cave in Afghanistan doing the work that I did. I
Yeah.
never had to go up and see people. All I needed was a good connection. You know,
Mhm.
if I could log in, it didn't matter where I was, not at all. And I was very fortunate. I mean, I complained a lot about
Awesome.
my job, but the blessings that came, I've never stopped being grateful because it made it possible for me to retire and to, you know, be where I am now, was that I could have such extremely flexible hours.
Yeah.
I mean, I was working mostly during the day, but it was no longer what I had, like at City Court. You had to be there at, like, I don't know, I guess 7:45, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
But you know, then people went home at whatever, 4 or 5. I forget the hours, but I mean, you had to start early. It was that stupid routine you were talking about. You know, got to get all your mail, your phone calls done, everything. We didn't have email.
Right.
Have to get it all done by 9 o'clock, or you're a loser. And
Mhm.
but you know, this last job, people were on flex time, and you know, you could come rolling in at 11 o'clock in the morning, but I really worked mostly until 2 in the morning. So if nobody cared if I didn't roll in at 11 because I was up till 2, because it didn't matter, you know?
Mhm.
So that was a big blessing. And the fact is, I did roll in by 11 most of the time, but I mean, a great deal of the time, but that's a much more, getting there at 11 is a whole lot better than getting somewhere at 7:30.
Right.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. Like my job has been having me work a lot lately, but now it's been she told me it'd be more like 10 a.m. till like 8:30 p.m. And
oh,
like
well, 10
that's
is pretty,
yeah, it's like way better than 7 or 8.
oh my gosh, yes.
And yeah, for God's sakes. I used to have to go to one of my old nanny jobs at like 6:30.
Oh,
Ugh. That was like, I mean, you would hear that alarm and it was like just you could feel the knife and then
yeah.
for the first alarm and then I would give myself a grace period like, okay, let yourself fall asleep another 10 minutes and then it was like, oh, now it's twisting the knife. Like it was just so
I still have the same Sony. It's somewhere in this house packed because I still haven't found everything. But up until I moved, I had the same Sony clock radio that
oh,
I
you
had.
do.
Oh my gosh, I had that. I first got it like 1983.
How
So I had the
funny.
same Sony clock radio, and the snooze button on that thing is worn down to a nub. I really never saw anyone, and I had to have, the reason that radio is so good is it didn't care if you push snooze for 6 hours. You know, said, okay, well, I'm only going to give you 3 chances, and then you have to get up because I really
Oh my
needed one
gosh.
that let me push it forever.
Oh my gosh. So funny. I mean, you just have to. Like, my husband's like, I've never seen anybody take as little as an amount of time to get ready to go to work. He's like, you're like a drill, like a, or no, he calls me a fireman. And I don't want to go to work.
You know what? You have to be a true night person to appreciate that. It's like you live the way we live. You can't sit 4 hours to go to work.
I mean, I do not care. I'm like, I jump up, well, after the snooze, because I know the first little alarm will get Macy on the bed. Scorpio's always there. Macy wants a little love. And then she'll come lay with mommy. We'll kind of sleep for the last 10 minutes. Then the alarm will come and I'll give her a couple pets. I get up. I change my clothes. I brush my teeth. I put my hair in another bun if this would, or just wear the same one, who cares? Um, put on some shoes and just go. I mean, really, that's it.
Yeah, I know.
Bring a bottled water.
I was like 8 to 12 minutes. That was it.
Yeah,
8 to
yeah,
12 minutes and go to the Starbucks.
yeah. I mean, I buy coffee shots off of Amazon, cheaper.
Wait, what?
I buy actually espresso shots
Oh yeah, right.
from
They're
Amazon.
like in a can,
They're these.
like a pop top.
They're just little espresso, like shots
Oh,
of
oh,
espresso.
yeah. Okay,
I get those from Amazon
that is super
and I
cute.
just put them in a little plastic bag. And like usually like I'll leave the bag like that there for a while until I refill it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean now I now I use espresso machines. I just make my own coffee. But when I was still working, I would just go right to Starbucks because I didn't have time to. I didn't get the Nespresso until my New York daughter and son-in-law gave that to me as a gift a few years ago. But before that, I just did Starbucks because I didn't have time to, to make anything. And then I got really degenerate and I would buy the Starbucks Frappuccino things in a bottle.
Mhm.
If I swallowed one of those now, I would probably die. I mean, they're so filled with sugar. I mean, the caffeine is okay. I drink 8 espresso caps a day and sleep like a baby. But the amount of sugar in those Frappuccinos, oh my gosh. I don't know how I did that, but that's what I lived on. I would just go to get lattes with no sugar. When I drank hot coffee, I would never get sugar in it. But I get lattes and bottles of coffee. But I didn't have time to make it home because I had to like snooze all that time and remember to put clothes on before I walked out the door. That was it.
Yeah, I locked myself out before since I moved here.
Man,
And it was like one day where I had to be extra early too. I was like, oh no.
people who get up easily, they don't understand what we go through.
I know.
And then you also are expected to get your brain in gear.
Yeah, and some people actually like,
The worst thing for me is my eyes.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
that's rough. Oh yeah, I gotta get. You know what? I was
Like
thinking
you
that
can't
same
see. Have
thing.
you ever woken up and had to look at your phone or something and you're trying to see what
Can't
time
see
it is or
anything for a
something?
while.
And you
Yeah.
I can't even
Mhm.
focus, and it doesn't matter. It's not even my glasses or anything.
Oh,
Even
no,
if I put my glasses on, I still can't focus.
right.
And
I forgot about that. So I will take. I realized I'm like, God, all my 10 minutes is on the eyes. So I'm like, I can't see where. So I have to put my contact, or my eye drops in, and then my contact lens. But it's like if I can't find the contact lens or the right eye drops whatnot, I'm like, this whole thing is about the eyes.
yeah, and sometimes if
So
you're dying, like to
annoying.
look at a message or something, and you're
Oh
like, "Come
yeah.
on, eyes!" and
Yep. Yep.
I start yelling at my eyes.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, "What is wrong with you?" I start
Oh
blinking really
yeah.
fast. Like, what the hell?
Oh, I
Or
didn't
you'll
know
get
other
like
people.
one letter or wrong or one number wrong. You'll think it's like
Yeah,
8:05 and it's really 8:55, and you're like, oh, I thought it was. Oh man, like
I didn't know anyone else
got
had
the
that
number wrong.
problem.
oh,
Man,
Oh, I
Carolyn,
can't.
this is you. I don't know if you can see what this is. See these
yeah.
things?
I
I
can
have
see. I'm
to.
looking for the thing.
I have to keep. I have to keep these on my night table. They're Refresh Plus.
Oh, I see them.
They're not
Uh,
Restasis.
I haven't tried Restasis, but
But
the
they
Refresh.
come in a little thing that looks like that.
I forget what Restasis. Oh, is that for dry eye?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I haven't tried that because my eyes aren't during the day. I mean, if I'm not during the day, during waking hours, which is like now, I don't really have a problem. My eyes are naturally not dry, but it's that focusing thing Carolyn was talking about. When I
Mm-hmm.
have to get up and I'm not ready to get up, and my eyes are just, then they're dry. They're just like stupid. They can't see anything. And it doesn't matter how many glasses I pile on my face, I can't see.
Right. Yeah. And then if you have to text somebody, like I was texting Lisa D something, I don't even
Oh
know what the
God,
hell it
forget
came out
about
to.
it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. She was like, what? All these question marks. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't see what I'm texting.
I already have my like the font or whatever. It's like the largest that it could be.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not even that. It's just like, and then I'll do that. If somebody sent me a text and they're like, hurry, look at it. It's really important. I'll do the speak, have it speak to me read it to me.
Yeah.
Have you noticed though, I swear to God, I think they do this on purpose, but their autocorrects or the speaking,
Yeah.
they put stuff that makes me look like an idiot.
Oh, but they're getting worse and worse. Like I've
Yes.
never had the autocorrect do the things it's been doing lately.
Exactly. I know it puts in pure gibberish, and it's like, what?
And I never notice it until after I send it.
Exactly. Exactly. And then people think you're, slipping into dementia at my age. Like, oh my God, there goes her mind.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's
Oh,
terrible.
my gosh.
That,
Yeah, well,
that autocorrect is like just terrible though. I don't know.
it's
I thought it
Me-
was just because of my Android because I missed
it
my
made
iPhone, but
it made such a mistake the other day, and I looked at it and I said, what the hell? I mean, it was something like it came out Hitler or something. What? Right. So luckily I saw that before it went out.
oh
And
my
I said,
god.
why would it pick something like that? It was something along those lines. And I was like, what the heck is going
Wow.
on? Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh my God. I know
You
it
have
doesn't.
like iPhone or Android?
iPhone, yeah.
Yeah, I think iPhone is doing this on purpose, and they've started slipping in words that are questionable.
Yeah,
Because
it was. I can't remember what it was. If it was, but it was something along those lines. And I was like, "Oh my god!"
Wow.
I know, I couldn't believe it because I was typing. Fortunately, the people I text to are mostly my daughter's sons-in-law. But it's
Right.
some.
Imagine putting that on somebody else.
I know.
Oh
I
my
know.
god.
But I swear, I forget what I was saying now, so this isn't going to be particularly funny, but when I said it to my daughter, it was pretty funny, but it put in the word harlot. And it was like, why, how did it come up with harlot? Why does it think I was saying anything about harlotry? I couldn't believe it. And I mean, I was so glad it wasn't, in the days when I was still working and I was texting my boss, my good boss, my good boss was fine with it. But I mean, can you imagine sending something to your bad boss and
No.
harlotry and then it substitutes bad words for perfectly good misspelled words. It's really bizarre. And I think they're doing it on purpose because if you're writing artificial intelligence, it's kind of fun to put in little mean Easter eggs like that.
Mhm. That's why I even like delete because I send pictures of the baby to my bosses every day, but just in case I accidentally text them instead of like one of my girlfriends and says something inappropriate. I thought I did that like the other day, or if I'm like mad at my husband and I'm like, and you know what? You can get the hell out for doing that too. Boom. And then I like right after I did that, I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Did I do that? And I was like, no, I didn't. Okay, thank God. Like it's just
It's
best
scary.
to delete them. Yes. I'm like, oh
Oh,
God.
I'm just thinking because there was a time I was texting Moo and Sandra, and I kept thinking the other one was the one.
What?
Remember when I kept texting you? I thought you were Sandra, and vice versa.
and that was before I hadn't even fried an egg at that point. And you thought I was doing all that cooking.
Yes, yeah. And I'm like, wow, Moo's doing a lot of cooking. Because first I got the pictures and I thought they were from Moo. And I'm like, wow, that's a really good job. And then I texted Sandy something that would only pertain to us. It wasn't anything bad, but it was just like, look out for this. And she was like, okay. And then I realized it was the wrong person. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was so crazy.
Oh man, yeah. Luckily, I'm usually super. I mean, I'm so paranoid about making a wrong move because I mean, it can be really bad. I mean,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
But the only ones I consistently do it with, and this could also be really bad, but is my two daughters. Oh, because the thing is that even if we lived in the same building, or like my Florida daughter, she was home in the apartment with me until she was 26 because she was, finishing college and stuff like that. So she was living at home. She was going to Hunter College, and
Mhm.
so she was living at home, and we were one bedroom away from each other, but we'd be texting like mad. We didn't
Right.
really, I mean, I don't really like, I mean, none of us are like that social, but we text like crazy. And so we're like texting each other from the same, I know this is, people are probably gonna say, oh God, these people are so crazy and sick, but I mean, for, it works for some of us. So,
Right.
but the thing is, because my daughters and I are like texting each other constantly, at any point during the day, we could be texting, all three of us, each other at once. And so we text mixed up. So I've
Yeah.
always in a position with them. I was like, oh, sorry, wrong daughter.
Oh gosh.
But luckily, there are very few cases where we're like trash talking each other.
Thank
So
God for that.
you have to be really, really mad to say, oh my God, have you talked to,
Oh gosh.
other
Oh, that
one?
would be so
And
awful.
I mean, that's the only time it would be awkward, but even then it would be okay because we seldom get
Like,
back.
well, I just told ya. It's
Yeah,
my fault.
we sort of avoid like, it's, we don't like, I don't talk to one daughter about the other daughter,
But
It's,
yeah.
it's not,
I did.
it's not necessary. I can go directly to the daughter I'm pissed at and let her have it personally.
Yeah. That's
But,
really good.
but it's still embarrassing to say something, to the mom.
Yeah. Really embarrassing. I remember I was fighting with my ex and I took a snapshot of like our texting conversation and then I meant to send it to my girlfriend and I actually sent it to him and I was like, see this? And I was like, see this? And then I saw it, then I saw it and I saw that I sent it to him and I was like, oh, so then I sent it to her and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I just sent this to him. And then I go, okay, I know what to do. I'm just gonna play it off. And then I put, like, before he could even say anything, I go, see what you're doing? You see what you're doing? See what it looks like? Like, played it off.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And she was like, good move. And I was like,
That's brilliant. I don't know how you thought of
yeah,
that. Your
I
feet
don't
like
either.
that.
I don't either. Just came right out of the blue.
Wow.
Yeah. I was impressed.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Internet. All righty. Well, I'm gonna call it a night, but it was fun having you guys on. And Davida, I think Davida fell asleep. So have a good day at work, Davida. Nana Patty, good to see you.
Yeah.
Take care of
Yeah.
yourself. We'll be praying for you. Elisa, yeah, we'll be praying for you too. Moo, thanks for coming on. Thanks for talking to us. And Scooter, you hate us, so that's okay. All right. She wants to use drama for her channel. She wants to pretend she had a big fight with us all for views. She needs some views and view hours, she said. That's what she needs. So she's trying to make it really good. Yeah, just know. Okay. Anyway, bye guys. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Love you.
Love you.
All right,
Love
bye. Take care, everybody in the chat. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you guys for coming. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, let me see here. And end the meeting flow. Okay. And I'll end this one.